You.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Tay. I'm here with my brothers, my co-host, Moose.
Hey.
P.
It's good.
We're on Off the Menu Podcast, episode 115. On today's episode, we have a very special guest. Very special. We have DJ Will Wonder, DJ, go-getter, big stepper, See, this is what threw me off, dude.
First grade Coach K, baby.
First grade Coach K, sports analysis, everything and above. Welcome, Will.
Thank you, fellas. You almost had it. We were right there.
That was a rare sight, and you never see him fuck up.
No, I knew that was. You know, it's bad when I practiced it.
He set himself up.
Yeah.
And most importantly,
I practiced it right before, and I was like, "This one I'm gonna mess up." I openly admitted that one. I was like,
feel that.
It's all good.
"Yeah." We've been doing this for how long? And I haven't actually done a host one where I actually said the intro.
I thought you did.
No, in a while.
I mean, he has.
No,
but
but
You had a solo episode, though.
I know, but I haven't done it in a while.
True.
Like I've been making you guys do it, so I can do this part
But
back
we've had
here.
a lot of practice.
most importantly, we have technical support in the bag.
Sifu Ying. You know, every time I think about like the intro, like hopscotch, like it's simple,
Okay.
but sometimes you fuck up.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you should keep it simple.
Yeah,
No.
honestly, okay,
Not the
sometimes.
last couple times,
What do
I'm
you
like,
mean? That's what you're doing.
go get her.
That's the one
much.
part I do remember.
Big Stepper, go-getter,
Yeah,
going
that's
crazy.
That's it. I had DJ, and I was like,
I know. You went
Like,
straight
what did
to
he
it.
do after that?
yeah. I was like,
Who the hell is this guy?
I literally had a list in my head before, and I was like, you know what, Moose? I'm gonna start doing what Moose does. Can I get a cue card in the back?
Dude, no, it would help.
That would actually be so funny. Just having it in the back. I'm not even reading it the whole time.
Go get her. Big step.
Well, thank you guys for
yeah.
tuning in. Episode 115 Off the Menu Podcast. We're glad to be here. This is going to be one of the very last episodes that we will be having in this office.
Yeah.
I think later in the month of October, I think on October 28th, we're going to be moving into a new office. And started getting more content from you guys. And we are working on more content to get out. So food content, vlogs, private events, whatever you guys name it, invite us to. We'll try and make it. Please invite us sooner than later because you invite me a day of, I'm probably not going to make it. So just a heads up.
Yeah, and you just had the last vlog come up, and you guys got that like little tasting.
Yeah. Miss Saigon, I got to
Saigon
talk to you,
tasting.
Ty. I mean, you got a bone to pick, seafood monster. And he's like, he asked me last Ty.
Oh.
So he asked me, he goes, hey, how did you like the food? I'm like, everything was shellfish. I can't tell you if I liked it or not.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
I watched like a bit of it.
Did you not see my review on the
watched
steak and asparagus?
I did see. Wait, no, actually, no, I did not.
I did see that.
I was
did
like,
not.
I ate the steak and asparagus. I'm like, tastes like steak and asparagus. And then everyone around the table was just laughing. They're like, that's like the worst review you can get. And then I was like, no, try it. And they're like, yeah, it tastes like steak and asparagus. And I was like, what else can I explain about this? You know, I can't. There's nothing to talk about except for that it was
Where's
steak,
the Béarnaise sauce?
right? Like the duck and the blackberry sauce.
Yeah.
That one actually had like oomph.
Oh, duck and blackberry sauce?
Yeah, so
Wow.
that one was like, oh yeah, this is actually, it would be really good if it was heated. I was able to describe it a little bit more. The sauce was really good, and then the duck was really good, and I was like, okay, and I rated it. But then the steak and asparagus was like,
I can make this at home.
steak and asparagus.
That's why we don't go out for steak, though. We talk about
mean,
that a lot.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I'd rather get it at the store and you just make it yourself, and it's almost just as good.
Yeah.
Not sometimes better.
I don't have an 1800 double-sided broiler, 800 degree double-sided
You don't need
broiler,
to.
you know?
Or aged, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I
get
don't
a
have
nice.
age.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't.
Wait until
Special
I-
occasion. But.
wait until I get into the new house.
What do you mean?
I'm getting a pizza oven in the backyard. Throw my steaks
Pizza
in
oven,
there.
yes.
Yeah,
Just to put steaks in there.
and then
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
not
have
gonna cook
yeah,
pizza in
he's
there.
gonna cook steaks.
yeah, I'm cooking. I'm cooking noodles and all this other shit. High temp.
Make duck.
Yeah, duck, pakrapow.
Pakapow.
Yeah,
Pakapow.
that's what I'm making in there.
Wow.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said in the last few episodes, we are getting close to our 3,000 watch hours. I think we're like 2933 or something. We need to
Really?
get to 3,000.
Wow.
We just need to get that number up so I can start selling, on YouTube because open up our shop. That way we can start making some money because we're not going to be monetized till we hit 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Take notes.
We're like
kids.
700, 600 subscribers on?
No, we're still like
600?
594.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
still like hovering.
We're ways
There's one
away.
person I think they're messing with us. subscribing. I'm subscribing every single day. I see that number is like 593, 594, 593. I'm like, man, somebody's messing with us.
Or we just have that one person that goes back on and there's like accidentally press subscribe.
No, it's not an accident. He's going
Damn
in
it.
every day. I'm watching it.
You bastard. We're watching you. Thanks for watching. If you think about it, though, 400 is not very far away.
400 subscribers? Yeah.
Yeah, 400 subscribers get
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
It took us, what, a year and a few months to get to almost 600.
600.
People just think they're too cool.
We just need something viral to happen.
Yeah.
What do we need?
Or you just constantly feed it. That's what
Yeah.
I've found. The more you put on there, the more subscribers
Yeah.
you get.
Okay.
That's why we need to make more content. So that's why I'm telling people to invite us to. We went to that T-Box thing with Jordan Clark's
Clarkson's
VIP party. That was
yeah.
cool. Shout out to Brian Chow, the man he's always inviting us out. We're always on top of his list to be like, hey, let's do something together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it to this last event, the Red West.
The Red Fest, yeah.
Yeah. And so every time something happens, I'm gonna try and make it out now.
You should.
You're honored too, man. You get invited this shit.
You guys get invited too.
I mean,
I
You're
know,
just
but-
working Saturdays and you just don't.
I
like
mean, I
coming
would
out.
have been, yeah, I would be
Depends
at
on what
most
it is.
places, yeah. But you don't, yeah.
The city needs me.
Where, on your couch?
Yeah.
And you guys never tell me, okay? If it's like big things, you guys are like, oh, you didn't come. And like, you didn't tell me, bro.
Last
guys know
time,
to.
last time I invited him, he said I got plans with the wife, and I said,
But
you
I
know what?
do.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
No, but
you
then
got plans?
last time
Don't
you
make
guys
us
not
feel
tell
bad
me.
not tell like
Don't make me feel bad for not going out. Because
I
guess
didn't-
what?
I don't.
We didn't
never
say
said
anything.
Yeah, you did. Fucking return it. Fucking rewind it back. These fucking gaslighters, motherfuckers.
Oh, I didn't.
Every single one of you coming out
I
here looking
didn't
like
even
this.
say
I literally said he just likes staying home on his couch.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Oh, you guys just give me a little stank. That's all, and I got sense.
Can you? Okay, what we need to go get viral this year is that P's gonna do street interviews. You're gonna dress up as Batman, and then
guys
And we're
Give
gonna
me
just
a
catch
good
clips
suit.
of you in the
no,
corner.
we're gonna get clips of you saving people getting beat up. We're just gonna pay actors fighting in the streets of Salt Lake, and you're just like, stop fighting, and that's it, and then run off.
We know all the same people, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
You know,
All right.
I am down. Just give me a good suit. Just give me a
Okay.
good suit.
funny.
All right,
It'd be
we'll get
better
it.
if you didn't have a good suit. That'd make it more
Yeah,
fun.
actually.
We'll get you
guys.
from the kids section.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's like, go on.
Just cut it up a little bit so
Yeah.
it looks like you've been through battles. I'm finally here. Joker had me
That's a
tied
good
up.
idea. We're going to Will's idea. That's it. Doesn't have to be a good one.
Just give me a fucking suit, okay? Damn.
A bat suit.
It's just the cape.
Give me little undies, man. I don't want to be packing too much, bro. In the front.
Just do Speedo, bat cape, and then just the mask, and he's shirtless.
He's gonna hate us.
That would be fucking.
Dude, I'm not Tommy, okay?
Yeah.
You guys are fucking disgusting.
Hey,
I
Tommy's
have
great,
taste.
dude. Okay.
Okay, he's like,
How's
he's
that
not
not tasteful?
Tommy.
Name-
No, say how is that like the what I described? The cape, shirt off, Speedo, bat mask. That's hard.
But it's not tasteful, bro.
Wow.
How is it?
That
how
has
is it
flavor
tasteful?
instead of a generic ass
Flavor?
fucking full black
Flavor. You
suit.
want me to wear a body chain?
Because then it would just
fucking
fit-
arch my back.
You gotta
son?
think. You gotta think.
What's
Of, yeah.
wrong with you?
You're like, yeah, bro.
We watch totally different things. What the fuck? Dude?
This would be fire. This is supposed to be a skit of something funny. This
I don't
sounds.
want to do no skit like
Oh
that.
my
Damn.
God, you're ruining the fun.
I know. But
This is why we don't invite him out.
Because you guys want to fucking strip me butt naked, wear a
you
fucking
said
Speedo.
You're not butt naked.
Whatever, dude. Fucking
Hey, we have
Speedo
a guest
and
on the
shirtless.
episode.
I feel like I've watched
It's
quite
not
a few of
even
you
me.
guys' episodes, and I'm having, no one's talking about being butt naked. And what we were talking about before we started recording is getting weird now.
ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Oh, not today, did he?
That's
got a
your
real
sidekick.
big first
You're dressed up
impression.
in what his outfit, and then we get someone that dresses up like Diddy. And like the puffy
Stop,
jacket,
bro.
and he's just,
Stop.
dude, that'd be crazy. Batman and Diddy just walking down the street together.
You guys are crazy.
That's some content for real.
Oh, man.
He said Batman and Diddy walking down the street.
Guys, I'm an artist, bro. Okay? Damn.
And some artists have to sacrifice for the craft.
No, if you guys make an example of me, I'm not gonna be sexy.
We're
on
not
fucking
making
the
examples.
What do
for
you mean? Who was making?
You guys, man.
You're Batman, right? Then be Batman.
whatever.
In
That's
my
fucked up.
eyes.
You don't say that. That's fucking gaslight, bro. Because that's not what Batman is.
I said in my eyes.
In your eyes, you fucking hoe. That's why.
Just how like you think he's a hoe. It's
Why
in
would
your
we
eyes.
put him in?
What do you?
Put him in the Speedo.
But I've never
shirtless.
said I was Batman.
He would be more like a Jedi.
Doesn't matter. It's a
We
skit.
know that he can pull it off now.
And you look great.
So would you.
Thanks.
See, that's all it took.
That's all he needed.
That's all it took. That's all it took.
Maybe
He's like, all right, I'll do it then.
we'll start having to see some dollar bills, okay, before this happens.
Well, listen,
Well,
you're not
that's
a
why.
stripper. You're Batman.
You just don't have a shirt.
Now you're starting yourself with the stripper Batman. And now we have to throw money on you.
That's what they
He
said.
said dollar
Oh my
bills.
god!
Why?
What is this? Man, you guys
All
don't
right,
make me
all
go fucking insane. I'm watching Shutter Island after this.
man.
Like, I get it. They made me believe this entire time. Oh my god. Okay,
Oh,
let's go for our guess. That was fucking ridiculous.
All right. Let's start off the episode.
You guys are terrible.
This
bro.
is like Fast.
We
and
weren't
Furious.
even going down that direction this time, and he just took it there again.
No, you guys started it, bro. I'm just here.
I just said you dress up as Batman and fight people, and then,
So wrong.
and then it went to him undressing you.
Gaslighting. See, dude, they're gaslighting me. Are they? Come on, you gotta fucking do this shit.
All right, I'm turning him off.
That's abuse.
Oh,
All right.
That's a
Dude, we should get the voice changer for Batman on here.
ooh, that would be
And
fun.
only just you talking a Batman voice the whole time.
Yeah.
So down.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we have to start off with?
Yeah.
Before we get to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to start making him believe that he is really
Actually
Batman.
Okay, cool.
Because any other Batman in the world, if I go on YouTube right now and start recruiting him, like, I will do it. I will dress up in a Speedo.
You know how
Guys.
FanX was last weekend?
Yeah.
I was working, right? And there
Yeah.
was actually, I have a video. There was a Batman outside of Ruth's Chris just saying, "You guys serve those steaks." I swear to God. And he goes, the city needs me. He said, "You guys keep serving those steaks." I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, I need to see that shit. That's awesome. Oh no.
All right. All right. We're going to get into the episode. Well, this episode's going to be a fun one because I know
Really is.
Will likes to talk about movies. He's,
Oh, yeah.
He's doing his
Sports.
31 days of Halloween right now. So
Yeah.
we'll get into all the interesting stuff right now, actually, with the podcast. Let's go ahead and start off. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Will Wonder. My mother calls me Doug, though. That's my government first name. Middle name is William. I'm a DJ, podcast host, father, husband. Like I said, Coach K of first grade basketball,
Hell yeah.
undefeated.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But that's me in a nutshell, man. I love sports, basketball, football. So started a podcast in 2020 during COVID, like a lot of people did. And it's gotten me to where I'm at now. So
Yeah, you were one of the first, on my own account, I followed you really early on with your content. I was like,
Awesome.
oh, wow. Like, because we were trying to start our podcast during COVID as well. And then I was trying to get familiar with a lot of people that were starting during COVID or right after.
Yeah.
And you were one of the first ones because, like, you also were talking about stuff that I liked. Sports, music. Like, you guys are on the music topic every day.
Hell yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are going on that grind everything. And then when sports season comes back, I'm pretty sure basketball's coming up, you
Yeah.
know, hockey, all that stuff happening. You guys just jump right on it. You know, right when the season starts, you guys already have a game plan to get that going.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to take some time off because I was doing it every week. Right. And I just felt like it was getting watered down, even though I loved it. And the views, God, I hate that too. The views and the listens weren't growing at the rate that I wanted. So I took some time off, got my business right. I created a media company, LLC, and then came back and I'm doing YouTube episodes now. I called it the Will Wonder Show now, but I'll still be talking sports as well. Like my focus on the Will Wonder Show is to kind of highlight folks in Salt Lake City, what they're doing, cool stuff, or just maybe stuff that people haven't heard of. I like to DJ a set every episode at the beginning, have a musical guest, and try to teach people stuff too. So kind of switch the format a little, but I'll still be talking sports.
Yeah.
You know, because I love ball, love football and basketball.
Yeah.
So.
Did it start off as a sport kind of show?
Yeah,
for ya?
strictly sports and music. So like my first episode, my very first episode, I did a preview of the NBA season, gave who I thought was going to win awards, where everything would end at.
Right.
And then gave my picks for the best albums of the year in hip hop.
There we go.
Back in 2020, and I'm trying to remember what I even picked back then.
Do you have another host or
Just me, man. That's
yourself?
the thing. And then,
so? Yeah. How do you navigate and go? You know, like an episode with just yourself. I find
Yeah.
that a little bit different.
So reaching out to people to talk, right? People like when I did the NFL stuff, I have two really good friends who know football, coach football, played football, all that. So they'll come on and give their insight.
Okay.
where I never played football, right? I just enjoy watching it. Basketball, on the other hand, I played my whole life. So I'll have people come on and talk about that, that know about the NBA and know about basketball.
Right.
So really it's finding people to come on and give their 2 cents, or I can just do it on my own too. Like with the YouTube stuff, I'm always going to be interviewing somebody.
Okay.
I'm always going to do my DJ set. I'm always going to have a musical artist perform here in Salt Lake City. So, but it is tough though. And that's also another reason I took a break, because I did 150 regular episodes. And then I did my bonus Halloween episodes where I did a movie every day for 2 years. So I was over 200 episodes just by myself.
Yeah.
That's you know, putting it all together. So I just I got to take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it on your YouTube just because you're doing the Halloween movie series.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know this guy was into movies. But it was like when I first turned on the movie, like I was like, this guy edits all his stuff, because it looked like it was just you. I was like, because every video that you did is like it's like your own cut and everything that you did on your own. So I was like, how the hell does he do all this stuff?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, especially a year back, I had just finished school. So while I was in school too, working, you know, being a husband, being a dad, like it just took up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then also trying not to like, you know, become that dad that can't like run with his son. Like I try to stay pretty active too. So it was a lot of scheduling, figuring out figuring out how I wanted to go about my day. Cause also, you know, I have a regular job as well, like you guys do. So, but yeah, it's just a little bit of sacrifice, staying up a little bit later, waking up a little bit earlier, you know, because I have a goal of what I want to do in mind. So it's just trying to work towards that. I have a really good friend, my buddy Dre, who put me onto a lot of stuff in the podcasting world. He's been doing podcasts here since like, I don't know, 2014. So he's helped me out a lot, and then showed me how to edit things and showed me tips and tricks, you know. But yeah, all that's me. So
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, having the ability to be able to juggle all that has got to be tough.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of sacrifice in this game that people don't get to see behind the cameras, you know, because, you know, I work 9 to 5. I have to edit. I have to go out and do vlogs and then make sure the vlogs are edited before. And we're doing 2 episodes a week.
yeah.
So, you know, now it's kind of like very normal to me. Like I get out of here, I'm gonna go edit this one and then get ready for bed for work tomorrow.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna come back and do it again tomorrow. And then, you know, I'm just getting so used to that lifestyle. So I understand that it gets hard for you to be able to juggle, but how do you find time to be able to do so much while being a husband, you know, Coach K of first grade, you know, father, you have a little more on your plate that you're having to do all this stuff. Where did you find the time to be able to navigate your life like that?
I just schedule it out. Like I have a planner. I shouldn't have drank that beer right before we started. I have a planner, like where I write down exactly what I want to do throughout the week. And that may like change a little bit, right? But like I'm never going to sacrifice the time with my son, whatever we plan on doing, or my wife. Everything else will kind of fall around that, you know, and I'm lucky enough, you know, I don't think my boss will watch this, but I'm lucky enough to work from home since COVID, right? So like if I'm going to take a break from work, I'll go and edit some stuff, or I'll come up with some ideas of what I want to do or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but it's just managing your time efficiently and really scheduling stuff out, you know, like that's why I was so, when you had asked me to come on here, it was like a month ago and I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because I've been wanting to ask you, but you did take the hiatus, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
But then our stuff for us started like building up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until eventually, because you said you would be back. I remember I seen that post, and it was like, okay, cool. So I was gonna wait until you started posting, and then you did 2 episodes recently, and then you started doing the Halloween stuff, and I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to get you right into Halloween season, so we can talk about movies and doing all this other stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed your guys' show. I think I started watching, I don't remember who was first, if it was like Alonzo or maybe E-Rock.
Alonzo was the last episode of December, one of the last, so it has to be him, yeah.
Okay, so that's around the time I started watching.
Okay.
Because that's one of my guys, Alonzo, and I've interviewed E-Rock, DJ'd with E-Rock. My buddy Gabby came on here, Comey Clothing. I still call him Okito.
Yeah.
But I've known him for years. I DJ'd his wedding. Like just really people that I really mess with have come on here. So it's been cool.
That's awesome.
It's been cool to watch you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so crazy to even see where that's come, because I've been going through a lot of our posts from back in the day, because Instagram, for some reason, doesn't allow us to share those things.
What do you mean?
Like, for some reason, if you go to a post that's like somewhere from last year, it's not giving us the ability to load it or share it. So
Really?
like, you know how people have birthdays and stuff. So I'll go
Yeah.
back to our posts with them, and then I can't even click into it.
Really?
So I don't know. So yeah, but you know, and it's cool. But then also going back and like seeing all the guests that we've had, I'm like, wow, this has been such a journey for us, right?
It's awesome.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, because
When you
these
put a
are
number to it.
and these are all people we've known in the city, known about,
yeah.
you know, acquaintances, mutuals, you know, and
Sometimes we didn't know them.
yeah,
Yeah, honestly.
Sarah, right?
Uh-huh.
Last week, so that was cool to even like sit down and speak with her about her life in Utah and all this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
The
It's been
versatility
really, really
of your
cool.
guys' guests is really cool.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy because every week it's someone that I may not think about.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be. It's funny because I was just thinking about. I was
love
like,
that
it'll
too.
be an ongoing thing. So like, we have you as a DJ, a podcaster, content creator. Tomorrow we have a DJ, and then the next person we have scheduled is a DJ.
Oh,
And so it kind of rolls in threes for
Yeah.
some reason. Like,
Yeah.
well, like we have like people that are running for politics here in Utah. And they're hitting us up now for content, and then chefs, and then always musicians are always reaching out
Musicians,
to us.
Right.
realtors we
Oh, yeah.
had. Yeah. all
yeah, my
sorts.
nephew, Black E, was on here.
That's your nephew.
That's your nephew?
Whoa.
He's been, he's been with my niece for 12 years. I don't know.
Oh,
Wow.
dang.
I was a very young uncle.
Small world.
Oh,
Yeah.
My
Small Lake
brother was
City
getting
though.
busy early. Yeah.
Small Lake City.
Small Lake City.
I was like nephew.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's true. Never mind. I get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
So let's go back into a little bit of your career and stuff. So, what kind of came first for you? Was it like the music stuff or?
Yeah,
what-
DJing. So I started DJing around the age of 17. 16, my 17th birthday, my mom bought me 2 turntables and a mixer. They were belt-driven turntables. So if you know anything about DJing, you can scratch with them if you have
Yeah.
the right slip mats, but it's I was like, God, but mom
Yeah.
bought them for me. So what am I going to say? Like, take these back, mom. That would have been awful.
Yeah.
But that was like 02. So started DJing then with vinyl, and then ended up buying a mixer later on that I could put CDs in as well. So that like opened up a lot of doors because vinyls were so expensive, especially for a teenage kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's where it started. And I DJ'd through, I still DJ. I'm not really in clubs anymore just because I don't want to be out late, like that in that kind of atmosphere
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I did that for a long time. I had a residency at a spot in Murray called Hookah. It's called
Prohibition.
Prohibition now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was there for 2 years. I was there every Friday, right up until it changed to Prohibition.
Oh, okay.
So
That was in the later years because I remember I was like 16 going there,
damn.
and yeah,
Did you have family or what?
man, hey, I looked older than 16.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would just let me through. I would have
So crazy.
I would have like family IDs though, like just in case,
yeah, yeah.
But I never looked like any of them.
Yeah.
I still
They'd be
get
like, just
ID.
try, and they're like, they'd be like, okay, get in. I'm like,
Damn.
I had a beard at 16.
I was never
Wow.
the one to get a fake ID or like sneak into. a
Well,
club till I was
you know,
21.
it just happened. I was
Yeah.
they played it safe. I was rolling with like a lot of people there, so like all the family didn't want to get caught. They were like, here, just take the ID. You get ID because like they know who they are already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not going to ID them. So
Yeah.
I would walk in,
That
like,
makes sense.
go through, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Because you're just as tall.
Yeah,
And had a
pretty much.
beard.
Yeah, had a beard.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I remember I love going to that place. That's when I started smoking hookah, and then
Yeah.
I remember one of the times we were there, it was like D Will, Derek Favors, and a few others, and they were sitting at a table, and they were like, and I was like, oh shoot, and they like pulled our group over to go smoke with them, and I was like, this is kind of crazy.
That was the dope thing about that place. Like there'd be nights where it was crazy busy, but then nights where it'd be slower, and then you'd get people like jazz players or whoever. The funnest, the most. The two instances where I was like, this can't be life. Like one night I'm DJing, and it's like it's okay, it's not packed by any means. And the hostess comes up and says, "Do you mind if some jazz players come and sit up here behind you?" I was like, "No, I don't." Especially at that time, it was like Fasenko, and you know what I'm saying, like. I don't give a shit. So, but anyways, I'm DJing and I see this shadow figure walk in because it's dark in there, right?
Yeah,
tall
super
dude,
dark.
tall dude with a
Yeah.
hoodie on, and I'm like, who the hell is that? Because this is like I think this is right before Gobert. Because I was like,
Yeah.
that'd be the
Yeah.
only person. So, anyways, I'm DJing and my boy grabs my shoulder and he's like, Kevin Garnett's right behind you. And when that's the number. I had his number in high school. Like I had his and one shoes. That was my guy, and I
Yeah.
was like, "There's no fucking way Kevin Garnett's right behind me." So I'm just playing, trying to be cool, right? and then I'm like, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna.
like,
It's like the don't look back.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm gonna give everything I'm going, and I hear him start yelling, "Woo, shit!" And I'm like, my heart's going like, and then no lie, like from me to you, right, is the couch, and his long ass arm taps my shoulder, sitting down on that couch. It was like the scene in Space Jam. And I was like, and I turned around and he's like, "What's up?" He's like, "I'm Kevin." I'm like, "Fuck, do I act cool?" I'm like, "Nah." I told him, I was like, "Bro, I know who you are." I said, "I had your number in high school." I said, "I had your N1 shoes. I had your Nike shoes." I was like, "You were my guy." And he's like, "Oh, that's love." And then he's like, "You're doing great. Do you ever go on tour?" And I'm like, "If you're having a party, I go on tour. You tell me."
If you're gonna be there,
Yeah, but it was cool. And then he gave me $100 like it was nothing, because to him it is nothing. But that was dope. And he was just really nice, man.
it's lit.
The only song he asked for was B.O.B. and Trey Songz, Not For Long. It had just came out.
Really?
It came out that Thursday. And so I went on, I used to go on these record pools because you can be on a record pool and give your feedback on songs. And I was like, all right, B.O.B. Trey Songz, I'll get it. And that's what he asked for. And I was like, thank God I got that. Can you imagine?
letting him down.
Not having that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so sad.
Yeah. And he was like, and then he just lost it after that. But all he ordered was water and smoked hookah. And he had, I'm trying to remember the dude's name. Anthony, I don't know. It was when he played in Brooklyn. It was his last year in Brooklyn. The dude was maybe in the league for 2 years, but he had a girl with him and they were just hanging out. It was really cool. The other time, I don't know how far back you guys go in hip hop, but the very first album I remember listening to that I just loved was Fear of a Black Planet by Public Enemy. And there was a production team called the Bomb Squad. And one guy's, Keith and Hank Shockley are brothers. Keith Shockley, we get a text from a girl who, they called them hookah girls back then.
Yeah.
Can you put Keith Shockley on the list? And I'm like, there ain't no way in hell it's that Keith Shockley. I'm like, sure. And then this dude walks in and I'm like, holy shit, that's Keith Shockley. So I go, because, they produce for Public Enemy, LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Bell Biv DeVoe, all these guys. So I just go into that catalog.
Yeah.
And I know people were looking at me crazy like, why are you playing this?
How's this going together?
Yeah.
They're like, you guys don't know who this guy is.
Yeah. And then I just stopped and I said, man, you have no idea like your production and what you did on that album, how it affected me as a 5-year-old white kid with steps in his hair in Magna, Utah. I said, so thank you. And but yeah, hookah was great. Did that for a long time. For the 2 years, I made mixtapes right after high school. So I did that a lot. It was like every month, maybe sometimes twice a month, I would put out a mixtape.
Like you rapping? You spitting?
Oh, no. Like
actual,
like
yeah,
mixing
okay.
the songs together. And I tried to pride myself on getting new songs too.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Like stuff that wasn't necessarily going to be played on the radio here, especially back then.
Yeah.
So I would do that. It was me, Juggy, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Handsome Hands. He still DJs a bit, but I think he runs
has
a
his own
management company.
Yeah, I seen that.
I work with, it's so funny. This is a funny story. So I'm like, I started a new job and then they're like going around asking like what people do. Like, what do you guys do for fun that no one knows about you? I was like I was a DJ in my basement. And then she's like, you DJ, do you know these people? And I was like, yeah. And then she started listing people off. She's like, yeah, my husband's Handsome Hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, he runs his own management. He puts DJs out, like they go DJ at brunch spots and all this stuff, weddings and everything. And I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, you should have him on your podcast. And then yeah.
Oh, I forget they started asking if you had a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to keep that private.
Yeah. Now everyone knows that work.
Yeah. I loved Hans, man.
that guy?
Hans was a good guy. He was kind of like at that time they had there was a bunch of us younger DJs that were coming up and then the older guys like Juggy, Handsome Hands, Linus Stubbs at the time, who kind of took guys under their wings, and Hans was that guy. He got me on record pulls. He was like, here, use my login. I was like, yes. Because he was with the radio, he was doing a lot of stuff with the radio at the time. So
Yeah.
You probably had a bunch, yeah.
oh yeah. But so mixtapes, parties, weddings, to clubs, to now it's like I might do a corporate event every now and then. I might do a wedding. But the nice thing now is I can be really selective about it.
Yeah.
because I have my regular job and I make decent money from that. So it's like I don't have to do these weddings, but there's some that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So and it's great money too, and you're not out until 3 a.m. Most weddings.
I know.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I had a DJ at our friend's wedding. I DJ'd for 8 hours, and I was like, "This is so long. I can't."
Peters?
Believe it. Yeah, because and then I told Bo about it, and Bo was like, "You DJ'd for 8 hours?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "How the hell you have that much music?" I was like,
That is a lot.
That's a lot of music.
That is a lot.
is.
Yeah.
And I was like sitting because I DJ'd yours, but you had like a set. Yours wasn't as long as Peter's because they went from like almost like damn near 4 till like midnight.
Yeah,
or
it's
something
12
like that.
damn near. Yeah.
They were dancing that whole time.
Well, there was
No.
like I
Like
was
the
like
food and
yeah,
the-
food
yeah,
and all
yeah,
this.
yeah,
People
okay.
were dancing in and out, but
Yeah.
then it's like I had to do all their intro for the walk-in,
Right.
their first
Oh
dance.
yeah, you had a whole agenda. That whole day.
that night I had a whole agenda, and I was like, oh, this is tough.
and we're doing karaoke before all the guests got there.
You were.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. We were drinking all day.
In the Batman voice or just
Yeah.
normal?
No, did my Frank Ocean voice.
Maybe maybe if you did the Batman voice, Maddie wouldn't have taken the mic from you.
No, she hates it every time. She's like, "You in a fucking mic. The second you see one, you just go rabid." I'm just like, I can't help it.
You know, it's so funny. She's on stage. She's like, she gave it to me. She goes, make sure you keep this away from her. And this is like after the first. This is literally after the first drink, and I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
really?
Oh,
Why? And
man.
then
It's like a fly. It's like a moth to a flame.
he's
man.
literally he was literally pointing at people. He's like, get up off your ass and dance, yelling at the mic. Old Viet people in the back.
because it was like the real guests have not come yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just like yelling at all the people that have been around us like all day. I was like, I'm having fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know it's a problem. It's definitely.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
She doesn't like your singing voice or what?
No, she
does.
loves the singing voice.
She
but,
lets me sing all the time.
but not at weddings.
yeah. Well, when it's like a public spectacle, she's like, okay, that's
It's embarrassing.
yeah. Well, no, it's not even embarrassing. She's just like, just stop. Seriously.
Yeah.
But that
Like this isn't your show today.
right.
That might be really it.
Like,
So
this
it might
isn't
be
about
that
you.
might be the
no,
thing,
because
yeah.
she took away your mic at your wedding.
Oh,
Never mind. I think it just might be the mic. thing.
Yeah, because she walked up to me and gave me the mic at your wedding.
Every time.
And then you
She's
were like,
she's-
you don't remember this, but you were in the middle of the dance floor and you were like, where the hell's the mic? And you were just yelling at everyone. And then you had your family looking for the mic.
you know,
Oh my god, bro.
bit of a troll, man.
oh man, that's great.
yeah, I'm a little obnoxious with the mic, and
all
I'm
good.
very aware of that now.
There's some people that are terrified of it. So
I know, but there's like,
Of Mike, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I blame my public speaking class in college because I got
Oh.
really good at it. Like it was just
that's
like
nice.
it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
So like I just have confidence. So when I'm up there, I'm just like, yeah, and I love karaoke. Like if you get me on a right night, when I'm like when I actually feel something,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
That's always.
No,
Yeah,
it's,
I'm like,
it's
what do
not
you
always,
mean?
bro.
You're the most emotional person I know. Like,
I know.
You are always feeling something that makes you
There's
want to
something's
sing.
going on.
wow.
You know that.
Wow.
Whether the world needs saving or whether you need to sleep or like put your dog to bed, something's
I
coming
feel
out.
everything. Like I was gonna say this
Said, I
before.
feel everything. What do you mean by that?
See, I'm not wrong.
I was gonna about to say it. I'm not okay. Let me
Not today, did he?
you guys are bastards. But what I was gonna say is like when you're like he thinks he's Batman, it's like you or he believes he's Batman. I'm like, believe? Hell yeah, I believe you. Have you guys seen my notebook? Fucking full of emotions.
You won't show us because you
I
said we'll make
can't,
fun
dude.
of you.
That's very personal shit.
He shows us every day, though.
No, it's like, today Pete made fun of me on the podcast. I'm gonna get him back next week.
I'll get his ass back. When he least expects it.
That was pretty damn good. That was pretty fucking good.
He might be really Batman.
There's multiple, man.
Yeah, we know. There's a room for his
But
one.
this is one world. There's not multiple in one world.
Dude, is it? Salt
there?
Lake got full of Batman.
But are there in
In
the
the- in
Batman
one
universe?
world?
Is there more than one Batman? Any of the
Technically-
universes?
Like, there's maybe two, if there is any. But then no.
So there's
Not
just
really.
two Batmans in
Like
one
in
world.
the possibility, yes.
Oh.
But then usually it's always multiverse shit. Like
Multiverse, yeah.
like think about it, right? There's a Batman Who Laughs, which is Bruce Wayne that got infected by the Joker venom. So it's like Batman, but he's Joker and he's evil. And then
so
Batman
he's a
fights
bad.
him.
So he's a bad Batman.
But he comes from his own universe, but he goes around fucks up other universes. It goes deep.
He's like Jet Li, the one.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. That's like the perfect
Wait, that movie.
description.
I am the one.
Yeah.
You are all my bitches at the end. And he starts fighting everyone down the
I
pyramid.
know.
Have you seen Jet Li is the one?
Yeah, it's been
Yes.
a minute.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm
That
trying to
was
think of
my
the
childhood.
Kiss of the Dragon.
Kiss of the Dragon was great
Loved that.
too.
Loved that. Yeah.
punch
That
with the
soundtrack
chopsticks in
was
the throat.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
time
Romeo Must Die. That soundtrack was fire.
the
Cradle to the Grave too.
Raiders of the Grave was really
Yeah,
good.
that soundtrack was fire too.
DMX just loves Jet Li.
I thought you were gonna say Chinese.
I almost said Batman.
I was gonna say Wu Tang too.
So yeah,
I like pause. I didn't think anybody caught that, but shit. But speaking of movies, I do want to really ask. It's like because you do the Halloween show. What is your favorite Halloween movie?
My favorite horror film is Halloween. So
Really?
1978.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween.
Really?
It's probably my favorite. There's some that I could like. I really, really enjoy watching, but that one is always. It's the
So
one for me.
you enjoy slashers then? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I like slashers. I like paranormal stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I really enjoy like Hereditary, which have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, we
No,
talk
we've
about
seen
it all
it.
the time.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
We've
Yeah,
seen it.
we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, The Exorcist, the original Exorcist. The newest one wasn't awful either.
I can't get myself to watch it.
What's the newest one?
For
Oh, the
it's called
newest one.
Believer. Yeah, The Exorcist.
Yeah, the newer
Believer.
ones, I'm just like, I don't know if it's gonna be as.
What about
good.
the Pope or whatever? Did
That
come
one
out already?
sucked, too.
It sucked
Yeah,
too?
that was tough.
the Russell Crowe run?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
the Pope, whatever.
I only watched like the
The
first 5
Pope's
minutes.
Exorcist. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And wasn't there like the twins too?
that's
Was that
the
one?
newest one.
That's the newest one. Yeah.
Believer. I liked
okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I went to the movie theater and I was in there by myself, so it was a little weird.
Like alone in.
Yeah, because sometimes like
hate
you know,
that.
like when you have a kid, right? You and your
Yeah.
wife try to find times to go do things, but
Yeah.
I was like, it was a Tuesday. You know what I mean? And it was
like
afternoon.
$5.
Work was slow. Yeah, hell yeah, it was $5.
He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go watch
has
this."
his
So I
movie."
work
told my
laptop.
boss, I was like, hey, I gotta take off. I got an appointment. All right, cool. I was like, all right. But then I sat in there like, damn, I am the only one in here. And when someone walks in to clean this place, they're gonna be like,
It's like
I'll clean up. It's fine. Yeah.
Those
Damn.
movie theaters are weird when you're alone because I get kind of paranoid.
I get scared.
I get
bro.
paranoid, like even if it's just us two just sitting
I
there
get scared
and like
above
nobody's
all.
in there yet because they're still waiting to walk in. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, dude, this
Really?
is kind of scary.
I try to
get
get towards the
excited.
back. I try
Yeah.
to sit towards the back.
Not
I
that
wanna
way
see
no one's
people
stuck.
coming
Nobody's
in.
behind
Yeah.
you.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I always sit right in the middle, so I kind of get freaked out.
Well,
sometimes.
I used to go to see movies alone, but I was always in a packed theater, so it never felt that way.
Yeah.
But I honestly, when it's like just me and Maddie like going, I feel like it's awesome. It's just like our room.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, see, that's fine, but
Yeah,
you're with
yeah,
one
yeah.
other person.
But yeah, when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
alone,
You're
When
not
you're
just,
alone,
you're
gotta
not
go.
just that
That's
guy
fucking
just sitting
scary,
there.
dude.
You know?
Go 4 weeks out after the movie came out. 4
Yeah.
weeks out on,
Yep.
on a weekday,
Yeah.
and
I
then
should
you'll
have
be
did
like,
that with Long Legs because I went to go see Long Legs opening weekend.
Oh, weird.
And of course, I was with like a bunch of people because my lady doesn't like scary movies anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll go see it alone, but I really wasn't even alone.
What did you think about it?
I gave it like a strong 7 out of 10 because I really liked the beginning,
the build up.
the build up, and the middle when they're trying to solve it. But the
Yeah.
end just went so fast.
Yeah, it went fast, and I also felt like I'm going to review this later in the month with one of my buddies. But I felt like they were just trying to do way too much shit in one film.
yeah.
It was like
Like
this.
the
She has like
was
powers.
a
and,
lot,
like,
yeah.
you know, I was like,
If they gave us just maybe like an extra 30 minutes or so to the movie and just try to like fill it out a little bit,
yeah,
I think I would have been more pleased because it just moved.
I really wish he didn't kill himself that fast. I wish
Yeah,
there
that
was more
too.
lore.
it was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, more lore to it.
But
you
I
know?
thought they were gonna like make it have a left turn,
Yeah.
you know, where it's the movie's called Long Legs, so how could you not have him? But it never really came around.
yeah.
He said it never really.
Never really did because like you knew that there was gonna be a sequel after that shit was ended. I was like, no
Yeah.
way, no way, because the story kind of continues. But yeah, I was like, and I like everything that he was saying came to pass, but we don't know the consequences.
Yeah.
So
At
it's
all,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So that's what I mean. Like you can kind of feel that he was there because he kind of set up the rest of the third act, but it was still weird. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I was so hyped for it. I think it was my problem. I was really, really excited.
Me too.
and I was like, all right, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
But I liked how they broke it up in acts. That way you knew as a viewer what was going to start happening,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So act 1 and 2, great. And build up, great. And then right when he gets to the third one, right, and he gets caught and all that shit, I was like, does this all really just happen? Like,
Yeah.
you guys wasted all this potential that it could have had in a film on what just happened.
that's the thing with a lot of horror films. Like, because I mean, I've watched way too many throughout
Yeah.
my
Oh,
life,
I'm
right?
sure.
Yeah.
And it's like they always have a hard time like making that ending perfect, you know, or at least live up to the first 2 acts of the
Yeah.
film.
sticking the landing on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think I said landing the plane on whatever. Oh, I did the reviewed the Boogeyman the other day, and I loved the first
Newest
2
one?
acts of that. And then the third one, it was kind of like, I feel like it just mushed shit together.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in years.
The newest
But,
Boogeyman
yeah.
was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah, the newest one, not the old one.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
The
newest
newest
one.
Boogeyman, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it does a good job of like bringing it back to life. But it was like you said, the pacing of everything. It kind of just throws it at your face, like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. With you guys, are you the type? You're a casual scary movie watcher. Or you want something to scare like the fucking living shit out of you.
I want something to scare the shit out of me. Personally.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't believe
I know
that.
how.
We know exactly how.
know
and
exactly
you said
how.
no.
Yeah, you said
I was
no.
already scared. I was already
happened?
scared.
You were more than scared.
We had party favors when we watched Hereditary, and I was scared shitless.
Oh man, yeah, that one will stick with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't.
But we didn't
watch the movie.
We didn't watch the movie.
Oh.
It was, I only got the first. Hey, Will. First 10 minutes, bro. I said
Not even 10 minutes.
We gotta turn this shit off.
Oh man,
We gotta turn this shit off.
I went to go change pants.
That's how
and then
fast
I
it
came
was.
back.
That's
and
how
it
fast.
And then Tokyo Drift. Was
All the
playing.
lights got turned off. I got put in my seat. I said, "Yeah, we're turning this shit off now."
I love telling this story because I just remember him sitting next to me. He was,
Looking straight in his face.
he's like, "You really do this?
Y'all
shit?
really do this shit?"
And I was
Because
like,
Taya said that, yeah, I do this stuff all the time. I watch scary movies. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is not fun. This is scary.
That's the whole point.
Oh man, that's wild. That's a
If you
good
really
one.
wanted to scare and do some party favors, then watch a scary movie in the dark with your friends at a bachelor party. When nobody's even you know everyone's around,
But what's crazy, nobody was around.
It's just me and him in the
They
living room.
they literally like, let's watch Hereditary because they knew we were all having fun.
Yeah.
We were watching a movie, right? And they're just like, yeah, let's watch Hereditary. Lights turn off. I think everybody's going to enjoy the movie with me and Tay. Me and Tay are the only ones in the couch in the living room. And I'm like, I'm not doing this.
In my defense, I went to go change pants because we were in the pool, right?
You took really long though.
And I
You
took really
took
long
forever,
because
bro.
David was like doing something. He's like, "Hey, moves on, hey, moves on." I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." I was like in there for like 5 minutes.
There were so many things happening in that house.
So many things happening.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
That's why it's
my
so
bad.
funny though, because I just remember standing. I wasn't even sitting down. I was just standing there with my arms crossed, and I was like getting sucked into the movie.
Yeah,
you know
but then you sat down and I sat right next to you.
no, you were already sitting down. I was sitting
Oh.
behind you. I was standing behind you, and then you looked back at me. That's what I remember your
swear
eyes.
you were sitting right next to
no,
me, bro.
this was your
remember
eyes.
your eyes.
You're like, I don't think I could do this, Tay. and, and then I started laughing, and I was like, whoa.
Man.
Because no,
Straight
honestly,
up, I was so serious.
if
too.
you didn't say anything,
was so
I would
serious.
have got fully immersed into the movie. Because
Yeah.
in my head, I was
Yeah.
like,
This
bro,
is crazy.
This
Yeah.
is a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
That's
it
one of
is.
the-
It is. I
Wait.
was fucking scared though.
It's literally this is the opening scene. Is just you know how it's going into the house from the dollhouse, right?
Yeah.
Made me
So we
watch it.
finally get into the room. He's like, I can't do this. I'm like,
No,
oh.
so we-
I literally
so
woke
we-
up and I was like, whoa, what?
No,
just happened?
we got to that. We got basically to the point where like you know how they wake up his son. He wakes up from his bed, goes down to the room, and once they leave the house to go to school, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this because they do like you know how they do those. It's just pagan sounds like bones rattling. Is what and that's what I was hearing. I was hearing like bones. Like I said, I explained that. I said the soundtrack, which they do on purpose, of course, is like
course, yeah.
shit like that. And I was like, yeah, I can hear that, and I don't like how it sounds, so I can't watch this.
I
Is that
envy, I
because-
envy you, man. I don't like Midsummer and Hereditary freaked me out a little bit, but I haven't been thoroughly scared at a movie and I don't know how long.
Well, once again, that movie doesn't scare me. It was just the fact that my mind was not where
it needed to be.
in actuality of what it was.
It could have been two things.
We
though.
watched it 2 days later. He's like, that wasn't even that scary.
and I've seen Hereditary before that. Like I've seen that movie like
Gotcha.
3 times before
Okay.
that.
But
That's
we
what I'm saying.
I always talked about it. I was like, you know how you really want to get scared? We got to do this shit and then watch a scary movie.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, and we were all together and we're like, you know, this is the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one can bug us right now.
True. Yeah.
And well, a lot of people did bug us that night. And it's a
Yeah,
good thing we turned off
honestly.
that movie before everyone got there.
like the
We had the homie come back.
The
It was
groom.
his bachelor party. Yeah, he came back. He's like, I was naked at the airport. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's like, why are you doing that?
I'm like, where did you even leave? Because
This
honestly,
shit was like the Hangover 5.
yeah,
Bro.
it was honestly like that. And he's like, and then they came back. They're like, he's running around in his underwear at the airport. I'm like, why are you guys at the
Why?
airport? They're like,
Yeah.
we're picking someone up. And I was like, why is he half naked? Because I don't know. We threw him
he
in the
could
car.
have ended up like at the airport jail.
Yeah, no
You're-
doubt.
You're SOL at the airport jail.
His
Bro,
fiance
yeah,
would
I-
have been pissed.
That'd
It wouldn't have been the first time
Yeah.
someone went to jail at a bachelor party that we went to.
At least it wasn't airport jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get bailed out a little easy.
We had at my bachelor party, it was funny. So we had the
Oh,
homie,
yeah.
and then he was just like, the whole night everything was going smooth, and he's like, life is beautiful, all this, and he's having
it starts
fun.
that way.
And then I get
He
I get a
was
call like, I know my phone was off. This is the first time I've ever muted my phone ever. I just knew that I needed some sleep. Everyone's been bugging me. Turn off my phone, and then I hear, I'm like, what? And I literally fell asleep for like 20 minutes, and they were like, Tim's in jail. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? We just saw him. We went looking for him right before I went to bed. They're like, yeah, he's in jail. And then he tells a story about it. He's like, yeah, I thought I was Will Smith. Jesus was my dad. And like, It was kind of, and so they caught him jaywalking, intoxicated. So they put him under influence, and then he was just inside like the drunk tank, and they were like,
It was just alcohol?
I won't say what he was on.
Yeah, my bad. We'll talk after this.
But,
Because I want to know what it was.
Yeah.
Portals 2.
Yeah, Portal. But our Airbnb was like 10 minutes away from the stratosphere, or not like 5 minutes from driving, but 10 like minute walk.
Yeah.
So he walks out and then he sees the big light. So he's following the light. He's following the light. And he's like, yeah, I felt like God was calling me, and that was the light, and I was Will
Honestly,
Smith.
I don't blame him. That would be probably pretty epic, dude.
You just want, like,
You just
light-
see a light in
It's
the
all dark
sky.
and there's just a light in the sky. Yeah.
His neighborhood was dark.
Yeah, it was.
And
Yeah,
so
it
when you
was.
walk out and you only see the stratosphere light, it's like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, and then I came like the next day, and then they're like, "Yeah, Tim got arrested." I was like, "Already? The party's only been like 12 hours."
Dude, it was only like 8 hours into that point.
Yeah, it
Because
was
these guys showed up at like midnight.
Midnight,
And then he's gone by 4 a.m.
Yeah, I went to bed, and I wake up to everybody on the phone.
Tim's gone.
What the funny part of it all is like he didn't have his ID, so we could not find out what jail he was fucking in.
We spent like 7 hours trying to figure out where he was at. I was on the laptop like Jane Doe, John Doe, and then we find a John Doe.
Jane Doe.
But,
Seven-
but you know,
76-year-old.
76-year-old man locked up for jaywalking.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, he didn't have his ID. So
Could they
could've-
confuse him for being that old?
Yeah, you know, and so I was like, or maybe he was Will Smith and or
Yeah.
Jesus, and he was like telling them, he's like, I'm really old. You know, you never know.
It's like, dude, this guy's before Christ.
Yeah.
It's like 7600 BC. But so he's like, okay, so we pull up to the jail, and then we're like, wait, that's not him. And you ever seen Hangover? It's like Black Doug.
Black Doug. Yeah, I get that all the time. Classic mix up.
we pull up, we're like, damn, we should just bail him out anyways.
You're partying with us tonight, buddy.
We should have just brought him.
Who's this?
It's like Asian Doug.
Asian Doug.
It was really a 76-year-old man walking out at 4 a.m. And I was like, what the hell?
God. That is so
But yeah,
crazy.
okay.
That's beautiful.
So let's go into now. So you were DJing for a while, and
Yeah.
then you started to do your family stuff. When did you start getting into? So you started doing the content during COVID, but why was that a thing that you wanted to do?
Well, I just wasn't DJing a lot. And I wanted to do something creatively. I always wanted to do a podcast, but I just didn't have the time, or I felt like I didn't have the time anyways. So when COVID hit and there was like, I had like, 5 or 6 weddings that had gotten canceled. I had like corporate events that like they just stopped, because nobody knew what the hell was going on really. And so I was like, I just want to do something. So I started doing that. And first it was just audio, but yeah, that's kind of how it happened. I just wanted to do something creative. Wow.
Yeah, this is one of those episodes I can't speak today too.
Yeah. But something just to, get those juices. Oh, that sounds weird too. I just want to do something creative, and I miss DJing for people in front of people.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just try this, see if I like it. And then, like I said, did 200 plus episodes. So
Yeah, because that's when you say 200 plus.
yeah,
Well, we thought
that's a
100
lot.
was a grind, but
Yeah.
200 is
200, yeah. By yourself too.
by yourself,
by
and
yourself.
like being able to come up with that much content is amazing work by you for
Thank
being
you.
able to want to use your creative juices.
Is it juicy?
Juices.
But then wanted to incorporate that still in life and figure out that, oh, I can do something like this now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now
but-
the fun thing now is like I'm able to DJ on my new show, right? And it's funny putting that stuff on YouTube. I was like, what happens if like this just gets taken down? So Alonzo had been doing stuff for Lovers, right? Because
Yeah.
they do like their listening.
Sound designs.
Yeah, sound design. So I hit him up. I'm like, how the hell do you get that on YouTube without it getting taken down? He's like, oh, they flag it, but they still let it play. They just say you're not going to make money off it. I was like, well, shit, I ain't been making money off this the whole time. Cool.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to us, Drake.
Oh, tea time
happened?
for
Yeah,
Brenda?
we played Tea Time because
Oh,
my friend, she's opening a tea shop called It's Tea Time.
Oh, okay.
And then we were just singing it, and I was like, I'm gonna play this for her intro. So we played that, and then we got flagged. We guess we're banned in like Russia.
yeah, it's always Russia.
Yeah, they don't like anything
I'm like, they
out
ain't
there.
going to watch my shit anyways.
Really? Russia?
Yeah, it tells you what
Russia,
countries.
Yeah.
What the
I don't
fuck?
know. Maybe Russia. Well, Russia don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
In general, yeah.
Well, I know, but
So
I was like,
I
was
can't
it
tell you,
Drake? or-
Vladimir
Yeah.
Putin? What is it?
on
Wow.
my Halloween episodes at the very end, I use the laugh from Thriller, right? Vincent Price's laugh, and it's banned in Russia. I'm like, why do they got against Vincent Price?
I don't
Doesn't even
know.
dude's dead.
Maybe
That's so
somebody made a
weird.
joke one time. I don't know.
Yeah.
The laugh hit a little too hard.
It's out. Just kidding. I don't
Is
know.
that Putin? Who is
Yeah, I was like, who is that? That
I was like, I
sounds
actually
like
have no
Hitler
idea.
before anything.
That was like German. That was Nazi.
It's
out.
I was like, what?
He's done.
That's Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Remember,
man.
they do this. That guy got fucked.
Careful, stop. We don't want to do too much.
That scene really scared me. Okay,
He said that's ski.
Oh, God. You're like
I can't win today, bro.
You're acting
Listen,
real sus today, buddy.
dude. I haven't said shit to no one all day. I haven't talked to nobody
Besides us.
It's besides you guys.
He's been building this up.
This is the longest conversation I've had today.
I tried calling him earlier because we were up in Fort Union, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what's like a good restaurant around here?" And he was like, "Oh, I can't even think right now." he was literally giving me all the restaurants that I've been to.
I was like, shit. Well, I told you Los Garcias.
yeah,
That's
and then that
really
was
good.
and that was literally the only one that I didn't ever heard of. And then you just went like on.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Golden Corral. Yeah.
Pretty much. Might as
Then he
well
said
have.
Shake Shack.
I
and
said Shake. I was like,
Shake Shack was already
close.
on my top of my list. I was like, I'm already gonna go there, but I just
yeah.
want to see if there's anywhere else I wanted to try around there.
I just knew I was fucked up today because I literally was sitting at my desk. I was just like, I can't express myself. It's fucking wild.
I go through days like that for
Yeah,
sure.
right?
I hate it. Yeah,
Especially when you work
the
at
older I
home.
get. Yeah, when you work
Yeah.
at home and you're not talking to anybody,
Uh-huh.
and the wife comes home like, "Hey, how was your day?" And I'm like, Why can't I talk?
It's like, I want salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
yeah,
You bastard.
that's all you can think about, huh?
No, I don't know. I am hungry too. So,
See,
but this ain't about me, okay?
It's about us.
It's about us.
It's about him.
It's about
It's
all.
about
of us.
we.
There you go.
It's all good.
Going back to movies, what's the scariest movie you guys have seen?
Oh.
Oh, that's a
individually.
great question.
honestly, no movie's really scary.
God damn it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, it's true because I want to feel that factor
Yeah.
of being scared, but as a kid in Asian culture, you kind of are a little scared of a lot of things.
You grow up
Yeah,
scared about
belts,
and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Damn. Kitchen knives,
chopsticks.
Well, yeah.
fly swatters.
Fly swatters. Oh, dude, that was my mom's favorite. The wire ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got me good.
But no, really, like I remember I watched the first Conjuring and we were doing the hide and seek part.
Oh yeah,
the
the
clap, hide
clapping.
and seek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
one really, I was like, man, I should try this out.
I
I wasn't scared. I was like, this actually sounds kind of fun. So we actually did at one of the bachelor parties, like, and we all like turn off the lights and we had one person and I was like, I'm gonna start messing with people.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Connect to the Bluetooth.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
That fucked me up.
That would be funny.
No,
The Conjuring, yeah.
Conjuring.
The first Sinister
I remember the
was more
Conjuring's
like
really good.
eerie to me. I wouldn't say it's like
Sinister was
Sinister
really
All
was
good.
like
It's one of my
Sinister.
favorites.
Sinister's
Yeah.
actually in my top 3 of.
It was like
one of my
it was
favorite
like
scary movies.
it was scary, but I think more of like it was just disturbing than
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
was such a good story
Yeah,
through the
it was.
beginning to the end. I liked
Yeah.
And
it.
using that old camera, like
Yeah.
those
Exactly.
clips. Yeah.
It reminded
Any-
me of those old scary stories you read in a book.
Yeah. Anything that
growing
has
up,
like
yeah.
paranormal stuff with kids, it kind of like messes with me a little bit more
Yeah.
because like
So stupid.
kids can get like really like that, and you can't.
Kids are actually really fucking down.
Kids
You
be
can
like
trick
that.
a kid into doing something like that.
Really, honestly. Oh my
Like
God.
if Miss Rachel was on the like giving subliminal messages to kids,
Rachel.
and then she would like kill your parents at night, and they're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
That's crazy.
No, I can't. So the scariest thing that comes to mind, there's and you can look it up on YouTube. It's a like an anthology series. It's Japanese. It's a little old because I watched it in like 2007, but you can still see it on YouTube. Just type in She Bear H.
SH.
Thank you. SHEBEAR. So She Bear, just spelled
She-Bear.
out.
Okay.
And it's like just a little episode, but it stuck with me when I watched it first time 2007. So I was like 11, 12, right? And then it just like I'd never been so scared of something that was like I knew it was fictional, but I was like I feel like if I walk down the wrong street, something like this I can see, and it would freak me the shit out. It was like it was like The Grudge.
Okay.
But the story goes like these two girls just walking down the street, and if you wear jewelry that she likes, she'll come after you. And then like yada yada happens at the end, and
I've seen this, yeah.
yeah, like they just end up having to throw all away their jewelry and whatever. But watch it on YouTube, I promise you, it's So fucking good.
You can also actually. So there hasn't been a movie that scared me, but a curse video that I watched
Oh,
kind of
shit.
freaked me out.
You were on that tip.
I was
though.
like
Oh.
really watching a lot of curse videos.
Yeah.
That was
First video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like curse videos out there in the world, right? And they're like not public to people or whatever. They've been taken down, but you can still find them somehow, right? And then there's this one EDM song. But I have to find it. But it's eerie when you play it without the EDM going on. So this is like the original,
The Kleenex one?
huh?
The
The
Kleenex,
Kleenex
one?
Yeah,
one
the
was
Kleenex one.
scary.
Yeah.
But
it's a Kleenex
what
one.
is that? How does that go?
Oh, I wish I remember, dude.
Fuck.
Okay,
I remember the video
I'll show you
itself.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not it either. I don't think so.
But so if you watch the video at midnight, so when you watch it originally, it's fine. It's an old Japanese video. It's kind of freaky though. There's like a little kid dressed up as a demon.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would this be in a Kleenex video? But
Japanese Kleenex.
yeah,
video.
Japanese.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
so
yeah.
you're watching it and you're like, okay, whatever. And then I guess at midnight, it like changes.
Oh,
So
okay.
when it finally changes, it's like really eerie. The song's deformed, the video's deformed. But I guess after the production of that commercial, there was like 3 people that died,
Got
and
it.
then like 12 people had fallen sick. But if you were able to watch that video and it transitions to the way it was, you would also get cursed.
Okay.
So that one really messed me up thinking about that.
That is creepy.
Because I tried it for like 10 days.
To watch the curse video, but it didn't get
Never.
It never
Yeah.
flipped on you.
Never. But then I was
Yeah.
like, because I'm already cursed.
The fucking wizard.
out of here, bro.
What would you say yours? Did you say yours?
He said like,
Well, the scariest movie for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I said Sinister.
You
Sinister,
said
Yeah, I mean that was like the most disturbing, I guess. The first Insidious was really good. Like I watched that in theaters too,
yeah.
and that really got me.
When it comes
that
when
in
that
theaters
came out,
and
Yeah.
with the music and the surround sound,
Yeah.
that's what really messed
yeah,
me up.
that
too.
that
Fucking
fucked
Tiny
me up.
Tim?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
fucked me up for sure.
For some
Never
reason, the,
listen to
like,
that shit anymore.
Yeah.
That movie was like not scary to me except for just the music, and that's all that's what they really went
And that's
for.
how a lot of I feel like a lot of horror films is like that.
Yeah.
too.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't have a good score, it's not going to be.
yeah.
But that was like one of the first, I think that like, and maybe not one of the first, but at the time we were growing up, because it came out when we were like teenagers.
Yeah.
And it just like everybody would play that song and it would get like creepy.
Yeah.
Funny story about that one. Me and my buddy, we had like tech center off campus school, so we had like our own computers, the whole thing, and he had these huge headphones on, and he's like bumping his head like this. And I was like, what are you listening to? And this motherfucker does not like scary movies. He's the biggest fucking chicken I know. And I put on the thing. He's listening to that Tiny Tim song from that movie. And I like fucking threw the shit off. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell is wrong with you? And I like yelled at him for like a good 15 minutes. Shit was freaking
Sounds like
great.
Moose.
Yeah.
Then I got kicked out of school.
And he had no idea that was a scary.
He had no idea, which pissed
He
me
just
off.
enjoyed it.
He enjoyed it. He was bumping his head.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
He was
That-
also a weird
That's
guy.
even more weird. That he just liked the song.
I'm more worried about him instead
Yeah.
of what he was
He's
listening
like,
He was
to.
a weird guy. He's doing great though.
They're like, he's a co-producer for the movies now.
It's kind of weird, but he's doing fine now. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Hey,
that,
we were best buds, so I was also weird. Okay.
Yeah.
that first
You were
Insidious
weird.
was like a change from all the stuff before that in horror was like a lot of like Hills Have Eyes, like
Yeah.
That's right.
like
That's right.
Rob Zombie films where it was more just like they call it like torture porn.
It was
It's a
like body
name for it.
horror.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Insidious kind of flipped it.
Yeah.
They
And
kind
since
of
then-
brought it back to
Yeah.
paranormal
Paranormal.
stuff because there was like
Yeah.
a good run where it was like Paranormal Activity was kind of taking over, and then it was the horror films where it was like incest type, like
Yeah,
hillbilly
man.
shit.
Yeah, I hate
Really?
it.
Wrong Turn.
Yeah,
Those have
Wrong
eyes.
Turn.
Oh, yeah, no,
Hills Have
okay,
Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes, yeah.
Dude, Wrong
Incest,
Turn has like
yeah.
8 movies.
You're right. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
wild.
And now I just watch them because I'm like kind of stuck. You
gotta
like,
know how it
it's-
ends.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
like,
part of
does
me
it
now.
ever end, or did he keep capturing these people?
It's called the wrong.
How
turn.
are you? Yeah, wrong turn.
going the wrong
Can you make the
turn.
right turn?
Never.
Eliza
actually-
Dushku in the first one.
Actually, the most
seen
recent
that.
one that kind of messed me up, but it's only because of the surround sound at my cousin's house. But the way his living room is at Matt's house, so
really?
they have the couch now.
And you watched the scary movie there?
We watched Strangers, the new one, the chapter 1.
Oh,
Oh, I heard it
Yeah.
was good.
And it was good.
Yeah,
but it's
I like the
also
first
because you
Strangers,
know,
actually.
even in the movie, it's just like a lot of walking around.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
hear steps everywhere.
Yeah.
We're sitting there, and I'm fully immersed into the couch. So like his couch is huge. I'm sitting there, and then I hear steps behind me, and I'm like, what the? I'm tripping a little. I'm like, dude, is there people behind me right now? And that's the only thing that's really freaking me out is that now I don't have my back to anything, and I'm like okay. And she's like,
Because your back's against the wall. Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm here, and his surround sound, like he has one of his speakers right behind the couch, and I'm sitting there. I'm always right by that speaker, and that one messes me up. Yeah.
The first Strangers was actually really good.
No, it's straight.
Oh, I
It's not even like a
Yeah.
scary. It's not even like the soundtrack's not even scary, but it's just the music they choose. It
Yeah.
just fits so
I have
well.
to rewatch it because I haven't watched it.
Watch
I
the
only
new
watched
one.
it once.
Watch the new one.
The new one's good,
The
yeah.
new one. It was
Yeah.
like it's like
Chapter 1, I think.
yeah. So because I think it has three chapters.
Is there only 2 movies though?
Two original. Oh no, it's three.
No, yeah,
There's
there's
another
three.
three.
one, yeah.
It's like the first two kind of like go together. No, they actually none of them go together.
I was gonna say yeah.
No,
they
none of
don't
them go together.
do
But
they?
then there has like one in the trailer park, and then
Yeah.
they have a series called chapters like Prey or something like, or Strangers Prey or
Prey.
something.
This
like
is
that.
where they
Prey.
were like the fucking potato sacks as a fucking
Yeah, yeah.
head. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted to
That,
make sure. I just
when
wanted
that
to-
first movie came out, I was DJing. I had a friend who made music, and I had put on a local hip hop show called "How the Lake Was Won." You know, one like one. And I had a lot of. I was like, "Hey, you want to open?" He was like, "Yeah, cool." So he had opened, and I just DJ'd for him. So we would practice, and I would do like his backup vocals or whatever. And then we're like, "Why don't we just start a group and just like do shows?" You know. So that was our name, The Strangers, because that movie had just came out.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah. We had a fun, man, I should have brought that up too. We had a fun time doing that. We opened up for like Game, Nas, Nipsey when he first came through here with Game, Jedi Mind Tricks, Cypress Hill, Guru from Gangstar like 6 months before he passed.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. And no one knew. You had no idea he was sick, you know? I'm trying to think of who else. I don't know. There was Nappy Roots at the time when they were pretty big, you know. So we had a lot of fun doing that. But I mean, the name The Strangers, like we went and saw that film because we're like, what the hell is our name going to be? And it was like, right there, you know.
That one's a good one.
Yeah. I think I have such a hard time being scared in movies.
See?
Like when I
Yeah,
was
me
when I
too.
was a kid, The Exorcist scared the shit out of me. But I was 8 when I first saw it.
so
that's-
that damn maze,
It's normal.
pop-up maze.
I like.
That fucked me up. That pop-up maze fucked me up, and it was just her fucking face. No, I got cursed for that. Fucking, I couldn't sleep alone until I was in like fucking 6th grade, bro. Swear to God.
Really?
The internet
Yeah.
early on was kind of fun though.
I slept with
Like,
my fucking mom and
you had
dad
the
for
maze
so
game.
long.
You had that
crazy.
one where the car's driving up the hill and you make like
The commercial.
Yeah.
Or the chair.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
the chair slowly rock on your
I
leg.
hate those.
yeah.
It still gets kids still
and like
this day.
there was like Peter Answers. There was like stuff online.
Oh,
that you could
my-
do.
Peter Answers
God.
was
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was
that
the-
one got me pretty good too when
Yep.
my friend was doing it.
Oh
Peter-
yeah.
It's
don't
like
remember that
so
one.
you would go and ask this like Peter questions, right?
Yeah.
It was
but it's
AI
literally just a homie
before
holding
AI.
down one of the keys,
Exactly.
and he's typing in your answer.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "How the hell does Peter know me so
Yeah.
well?" And I was like 8 years old or something, like 9 years old. I'm like, "Fuck you, Peter."
So
My
I was
friend-
21 when that was big. And one of my best friends who does the NFL talk with me, his name's Chacon. We all lived together. We had like this little bachelor pad. Me and my boys were playing Madden, and he called me. He's like, turn on all the fucking lights. I'll be home in a minute. And I'm like, all right. So like and then I hear boom, boom, because he had big subs in his Mitsubishi Eclipse back then. Oh my God. And so
Yeah,
we're-
Eclipse too.
Yeah. And so we're sitting there, and so we hear him pull up. So we pause the game, and we're just waiting. And my room was in the basement, and he fucking, where are you guys? And he starts running, but there was probably like 15 steps to go to the basement. He slips. So he tells me about this, and he's like, no, I was at this party. This thing knows all about me. Because his family's from Mexico, so they
Yeah.
believe in a lot of this like
Yeah,
demonic.
superstitious,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's like, I can't, man. I can't, like, they knew I'm a Cowboys fan. They knew I'm a Cowboys fan. And if you know my friend, that's all he talks about. So I'm like, oh, it knew you were a Cowboys fan. That's crazy. What else did it know? What kind of car you had? And he's like, yeah. And he's going on and on. So I had to call my friends that played the trick on him. This dude like was so private. He used to like lock his door at night when he'd go to bed.
No
all
way.
lights off. He had his door wide open, lights on, music playing. I went up there and told him, bro, they pulled a prank on you. You're good. You're good. Because they kept messing with him. Come meet me. I'm in the attic. Come upstairs. I'm in the attic.
There's no way.
You want to
Oh
talk that
my
shit? I'm in the
God.
attic. But then I used Peter Answers for months after that. Like even at my job, I used to work at RC Willey and I used to do sales there. So all the old dudes, I would get them because they had no idea what it was.
It's like, Peter,
That's
should I buy this
crazy.
couch?
Yeah. Oh man, you brought back a lot of memories with that one. Peter Answers.
I don't remember doing that.
No,
You were a
I had
little
my
younger.
friends do that to me too.
You're a little younger.
Ice from the maze in the chairs.
Yeah.
That one was the one that was easier to get to because like you really had to have someone that had a computer that can do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because like the maze one is like a mouse, right?
Yeah.
So you move it like
Yeah.
that.
Wait, so
But-
Peter answers somebody else holding the key. What do you mean?
So like you would,
Like, it's
I think
like
it
a
was shift.
Shift. So you hold
Yeah.
the shift key. So you could type in whatever you want,
Okay.
and it would just be that, right? But if you hold shift, it changes your answer to whatever you're typing.
Yeah. So you could be like, Peter, please answer, or Peter, please answer. That was always like the first couple
Yeah.
of words, no matter
So-
what you typed.
You hold shift and you type that, and that's when you type in the answer. So
Yeah.
it's like you hold shift and it's like you're a Green Bay fan. It's like and then you'd be like, so what does Harrison like? What football team does Harrison like? And you'd be like, you hold shift and you type in Green Bay, and you let go, and then you type in the rest of what is.
Yeah. So when you're holding shift, it's saying, Peter, please answer.
Yeah.
And then in the next box, you're writing the question,
Okay.
but you're answering it in that first
in that
box.
first box. Okay.
Man, we used to.
So you would still see your friend typing extra things.
You would see you'll see your friend typing in Peter,
But
please
you wouldn't.
answer.
But you wouldn't see that.
But you wouldn't see that, and then it would pop
on
up
the screen. Yeah.
if you got really good at it, like if it was just like a 3, like yes or no, you would just hold down the space bar
Yeah.
and then it would,
It's fucked. That's funny as fuck, actually.
no, man,
that one got
that
me.
was a time.
That was the one time it
I
really
want to try
got
that
me.
on my dad, maybe.
Your dad's not gonna be able to read it.
He's like, what does it say? What does it
Who
say?
the hell is
Harrison?
Peter? Who Peter?
Say, why are we talking to Peter?
Oh man. Sorry, I keep getting off track.
No,
it's
that's
okay.
the whole point of a podcast.
It's like our podcast.
Yeah. It's so funny because like people were like, you guys are like really good, and you guys start talking about random stuff, and it's like, what are you guys even talking about? I'm like,
That's the funnest part, though.
life.
Yeah.
It's just life. That's just how we get around with people. That's how we get along.
Yeah.
Get around for you, get along for us.
Whoa, I get along. I get along. Just getting around. Whoa. Come on.
But for you, what is like your favorite horror? Like that really got you?
It was a
To be honest,
Scariest.
outside of Exorcist, when I was little, there is one scene in a movie that's not scary by any means. The movie isn't scary, but I remember going home after seeing it in the movie theater and turning on all the lights because my mom, when I was in high school, my mom worked from like 7 a.m. till about midnight. So like I was home alone a lot. But I went and saw the movie Signs. And the scene where like the dude's in the closet and he's watching the TV and it's like the kids in Mexico. It's some little kid's birthday, and the alien moves like out because they say, oh, they saw something outside, and then the alien walks by just like a small area, like you just barely see it as it walks by. I don't know why, but that got me. And I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I mean, as far as like horror films go, but that. I went home. I dropped the girl off that I went to the movie with. I went home and I was like, I'm not going to bed until my mom gets home. I'm staying in the living room. I'm going to play some Madden, have the lights on. It was, I don't know why, man, but
I kind of feel it though because we love aliens here, but the craziest thing about aliens is that it's like you can't comprehend, right? So
Yeah.
if you were to see something like that, and we like for us, we kind of hope for it because I'd love to see like an alien or something.
Yeah.
but it was just like I think it just hits you in a different way.
No
And,
doubt.
like paranormal slasher movies do. Like aliens are a whole different.
yeah, The
beast.
Fourth Kind is a.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That's a pretty scary movie.
Yeah, that was like the whole. Wasn't it the one where they wanted to play it off as real?
Yes,
But then
When
they
that
ended
was the
up getting in
whole-
trouble because it wasn't real.
yeah. Well, the town is a real town, and there was a lot of people that had gone missing for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But I guess there was just like a ton of alcoholism within the town, and it's in Alaska where like for certain stretches there's like hardly any daylight. You know what I mean? So people would get really depressed and disappear. But the way they played it off with like the real videos as opposed to what they had, I thought they did a great job.
I love that movie. Yeah, it was just like a good watch, but I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wanted something.
you always want something. more.
something real.
Yeah, yeah. When I was little, Fire in the Sky scared me too. Another good alien horror film.
I don't think I've heard that one.
It's supposed to be a true, they're all supposed to be true stories, but it's about this dude who went missing for a couple months, and then they just found him outside of a gas station, naked. It sounds like one of your guys' bachelor parties.
It would happen.
But it
Yeah, would
it
happen.
talks about him being abducted, and they like it's the trippiest thing because he's afraid of syrup. Like he's at home and his wife tries to give him syrup for his pancake, and he loses his mind because they like put this syrup. And we're just going full circle with what we talked about in the beginning before we started recording too. But
Not baby oil.
But it's syrup.
But,
Where's Puff?
but that one really messed me up as a kid too. But yeah, alien stuff is weird because you just feel like there has to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're creating. I feel like they've done so well of creating this ideology of like aliens.
Yeah.
that is making us really focus on this kind of stuff because like now you can really just make it up in your own mind, like skinwalkers, lizard people,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. We really don't know what's really out there and what is really alien.
Yeah.
except for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have
Diddy.
a whole theory, but I don't want to say.
What do you
Diddy?
I wonder if Justin Bieber's scared of baby oil. He just had a baby.
man.
No, he didn't.
Bro. Oh, well, I guess you're kind of right.
It's so funny. I was messaging with Amy the other day, and I was like, have you ever like really listened to "Baby" by Justin Bieber? And then when he's singing "Baby, Baby, Baby," and then it says "Oh," but then you listen to it, it says "Oil."
Oh,
And
no.
Damn.
It's like Justin Bieber's been telling us for years.
Talk
all the
about
lyrics
a
are
horror
made-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you love me. all of it's making sense.
It's like this whole world just collapsed on me. Yeah.
I was like, Diddy wrote this song.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, never mind. I'm gonna go to Ludacris when I was 13. Shit. Okay.
Oh my god.
It's funny because this is stuff that you kind of talk about.
What do you mean?
Like when we talk about past stuff, he's like, when
Oh,
Ludacris is
okay.
like, when I was 13, I had my first love. You're like, yeah, that guy was hot in high school.
No, I didn't. Yo, I said it one time. Oh my god, you guys are out of context, man. I don't even remember what episode that was. I meant
Can't
the
be
hot
safe.
kids hung out on the triangle in high school. I couldn't hang out there.
But you,
a
said he was,
triangle.
but you said he was hot.
It was an adjective I just like used to describe the entire group.
Of teenagers.
And I was also the same age. We're the same age now. Damn. You guys are bastards.
But this is why that joke is, but this is what the whole point of that joke was. It was so funny because when he says it, you're like, damn, that's funny, but disturbing. Remember I was telling you, I was like, yeah, he's like, the difference between me and a pedophile is like, yeah, I used to like 13-year-olds, but I grew out of it. He still never stopped.
guys, man. Hey. You guys trying to take me out, man.
No, we're not trying to stop. We're not trying to take you out. You would be the first person I offer to the aliens, though. If like there wasn't like an offer that had to happen,
I'm down.
it'd be you because you're
Said
like,
I'm down.
You just want
Every
to know what it's
time-
all about.
well, every
Yeah.
time like there's some news that happens around the world, it's like the world's about to end. He's like, Revelation. I told you guys it's happening. And then we're
I
like,
didn't. Well, here's the thing. I do believe in revelation, right? But then I also just wanted to fucking.
You just want it to
happen
end?
sometime. No, it's just like okay. Hear me out, right?
Okay.
Right. We're
I
getting
got
into
shit
it.
to do tomorrow. I don't want it to end.
We're getting into it. Okay. We're
this
getting
episode has
into
to come out on
it.
Wednesday.
All right.
Dude.
Let's
Come
say
on, bro.
let's say we're in the end times because
Yeah.
shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna live in the pinnacle of the human existence. In that moment, the entire human existence has reached up to this point, and you don't want to experience that. And also,
He was waiting for a yes, and you're like,
god damn. And gas is really expensive.
That does suck.
First world problems, really? That's how
No.
like what?
But it'd be amazing. You'd be fucking
For it to
seeing
just be
angels.
over?
But for who though? Like
Like,
who's
yeah.
gonna tell the story?
I don't know. That's why we gotta live through it. And it's exciting.
Oh, so you mean we would live through the end?
Like you can.
How? What
I thought we were just
no, that
I don't
wasn't-
know. It hasn't happened
No,
yet. I
that
don't have the
wasn't-
answers.
That wasn't his original plan.
Okay.
He texted me that day. He's like, I'm glad I know you or something like that. It's today. And I was like, then I texted him the next day. I was like, hey, we're not dead. He goes, I know, fuck. Fuck.
And also, too, like heaven is probably tight because I believe heaven will be tight.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm safe.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
Anything happens.
You
I'm
think
safe.
it's gonna be
I know, you're
cute and
double.
dandy, seeing angels, and we're going to heaven, and the light
you don't
is
know.
there?
That's the thing. That
Well,
you
that's,
really
but, that's
gotta
what
get
you're,
in.
but that's what you're saying.
I want to know
No,
what it
he
is.
wants to know what
I
it
want to
is.
know what it is. I don't have
He
an
doesn't.
idea.
Okay,
honestly.
he really doesn't want the world to end, but he wants
just wants
to
to know what's next.
experience
Yeah,
if that.
what it
He
is.
wants to be here when that happens.
And
But
plus,
wouldn't it-
people are really shitty right now.
Oh yeah.
Like if you think about it.
No, people.
Like
Are
we don't need to be here. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be pessimist. I'm also trying not to be like a die everybody, right? But then like there's a lot of shitty things happening with shitty people doing things.
Yeah.
And I was like, for the rest of the world's sake, especially like Earth, right? Just reset. Fuck it. And then let us go live on and see what happens.
But
Who was it? Al Pacino just said that there's no afterlife.
Yeah.
He
And
literally
if
just
it
said that
isn't,
today.
then yeah. well, shit.
Yeah, he's like, I almost died, and there was no light at the end of the tunnel like they told me. I was like, what is going on right
he
now?
sounded mad.
He was pissed.
Probably, I would
Because he
be
did all
mad
that
too a little bit.
coke when he was Tony Montana.
Especially when you come back. It's not like you're just like, oh, okay, that's
well, but
it.
that's
then
that's
it's
the thing.
you
Like,
die
what if
back.
there is nothing, and then
Yeah,
like
and it's
you're
just over.
It's
Yeah.
just
Then it is that.
Lights out.
But then here's the thing too: energy doesn't just like poof; it goes somewhere. Don't you believe in that? Like you can say, yeah, you die, become a tree, whatever have you, right? But then it's also just like, yeah, then that's a fucking answer. We don't have it.
Yeah.
The only people that have is like maybe some people that had the near death experience because there's people that haven't had anything happen to them, and other people are like, I just had this surge of like ecstasy and happiness and everything like came to and made sense, and then they came back and they're like, fuck, I'm back. You know, like there's so many like different things that you can that's like it's fascinating to me, right?
Yeah.
And then plus I feel like I'm a spiritual dude. I'm not really a religious dude, but I'm like,
yeah.
I feel things. So, you know.
Yeah.
Like what?
Let's gather that. No, I've already told you too much.
Let's pause there and
But it'd
reflect
be
on it.
and I'm not suicidal. I'm not fucking emo, but it's like imagine end times. You get to see everything. Plus, I like
So you question it.
the battles
a lot.
of light
Like,
and
you're
dark.
curious for sure.
Oh, 100%. But then
Well-
I know it's there, but I just don't know.
Conspiracy theorists. That's the whole
Conspiracy
point of it.
Yeah,
theories.
yeah, yeah.
I only have hypotheses that are not strong. So, yeah. That was my spiel. I don't know.
That was good.
No, that's
You should just clip that.
I will probably. This is our gold mine here. Is him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it.
They-
but he's gonna make us famous.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Oh, wow. That's the first time you ever said it.
But I can't tell him now because he gets big
Yeah,
headed
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You know, so you like
Yeah.
that's why I don't say it because he's like he's going to Matt. He's like, Tay said we're gonna become famous because
gonna
of me.
be-
He's like
Yeah.
Harvey,
No.
come here, Harvey.
That's my dog. The only thing is it's like, do they appreciate me or if I'm just like a monkey with a hat?
No, no, no. You're not a monkey.
Like,
with
you
a
know
hat.
what I'm saying?
Like,
That's
that's,
like
that's clapping.
That's the battle.
Yeah.
It's like clap, little fucking dude that says funny things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But no, that was the first time he's like, yeah.
What the fuck? You actually thought that?
No, it's like that inner battle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you actually think
He
that?
thinks that.
Sometimes.
There's two of me. I don't
That's
know.
terrible.
Depends what you're talking
So
about.
your Batman self is thinking that?
Like
No,
that's what I
Batman's
said.
not thinking that.
Okay.
Batman's not thinking that. Moose is like, do they really love me? Do they care?
Yeah.
It's-
You know what I'm
we
saying?
have to see your diary.
No, bro. That shit
I
is-
know.
I'm very proud of it.
Well, hold on.
But
When
it'll
you get
never
to
see
see
the light
when you
of
get
day.
to see the revelation, when you get to see that revelation.
Oh yeah, if I die, you guys get my whole collection.
bet.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
I
guys
saw-
get my whole. I have a
don't want that to
sketchbook.
happen, but-
I have for like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my will ready to go. Like we're ready to go. But yeah, you
Like
guys get all my
P,
books.
my diary.
It's like he wrote about me a lot.
Like, hey man.
Like, are
I
you sure?
hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
He was sweet today.
Yeah.
I hate him.
It's terrible.
It's a hard life, man.
It doesn't seem that hard.
No, I'd
It's
say
not. It's really not.
It's because I know, like, sometimes when we're getting really into like some podcast episodes, you are really passionate. Like, me and P are like, we're like the same every episode.
Yeah, I am the same.
We're the same. Like,
I like to throw a little quick, you know,
we'll throw some jabs at you.
ad lib here and
Yeah.
there. And then
But you really like to immerse yourself in the conversation, and that's the greatest thing about it is that you do bring yourself here every week,
Yeah.
and you're like,
and you show up.
I'm here. I want.
you
show
fucking
up.
show up.
You didn't
show
talk
up.
to anyone all day, but you were ready to talk on this episode.
Yeah, I think I was ready, dude. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
see?
ready.
So, but I know that you're always gonna come ready like that. So we're good, dude. I think,
Thank you, Doug.
That's what's great about having a team.
yeah.
it's
Like I got to have these conversations with myself in the mirror.
and that's why I was like, damn, that sounds so.
You suck today. It's
like, fuck, you don't
he
even
wants to make. He wants me
appreciate
to dance. He wants me to dance. Hell no.
There's that one meme that's going around with who's Sydney Sweeney. She's in the mirror, she's crying. And my favorite one is like when he's singing Creed in the shower, ready to go talk with his friends. And then all night, Saturday night, we were DJing downstairs, and they're like, "Can you play Creed?"
No.
Yeah, and I literally played Creed like 7 times.
Take me higher.
And it's the same two guys that are in the room just
Yeah, sing that song.
shaking each other's hand and just going at it.
That's fucking beautiful.
Were they my pigment?
One of them
was.
Yeah, for
one
sure,
of them was.
yeah.
He said with the mic.
The other one's a quarter.
Yeah, but he was.
Yeah,
He like white.
he's a quarter German.
He's like white Asian. But
Yeah.
but he can speak.
He's Asian.
He can speak Viet though, so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
more.
Wait,
he's
who
more
is it?
Asian than
Tommy.
white.
Oh yeah. No, Tommy crazy man.
But Tommy's like a white boy that's Asian. It's weird.
He has a white or no, he's an Asian guy, but white skin. It, like I don't know.
but the thing is, he can speak Viet, so it's like
I know, but
Well, he's 25% German, so he's like on that.
that's why.
Yeah.
Is he's just a quarter white? I thought he was
Yeah,
half.
no, a quarter. His dad's half German. Yeah. So yeah, I guess both of them kind of have your skin pigmentation.
Yeah. Well, you said Creed, and it just
That's
doesn't
it.
make any sense for them to be any other pigment.
If honestly, I would just play that song just at random parties just to see who I can really pick out. It's like I know who your friends are. I know who you're really hanging out with.
He said, "These aren't your real friends. you're just here today."
It's just a mask.
If I was in a random place, I'd be like, interesting song.
And it's like it's funny because all night I'm like playing like hip hop and like EDM and stuff, and it's like the one Creed song that messes up the whole entire rotation of music because they wanted it.
I
Really
know
bad.
it was out of nowhere
Yeah.
too.
Like he was going down.
I was cooking for a second.
and
And then
then
we
really-
want Creed. I walked
And
out.
then he literally
Yeah.
left the room, and
I
I
walked
played.
out.
I played 10 seconds of it, and I played like 10 seconds of the verse of the chorus, and then he's like, "Why'd you stop?" I'm like, "That's all they get now.
Yeah,
That's all they get.
now.
They've been down here too many times."
Oh my god.
That was funny.
that's the worst. That's one of the worst things about being a DJ when you take requests. Is like someone's like, "Play this."
Yep.
It'll go off.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just that one person's just in the room, just like.
Yeah, and not even that, like when I was at hookah, it'd always be that way. I remember this one dude come up, "Hey, play Eve, Blow Your Mind," and I'm like, "That's a cool song, man," but it's almost midnight. Like I'm not playing that right now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it'll go off. I'm telling you, it'll go off. And then he gave me $20, and I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll play it." And then I looked at him. "Where you at? Where are you?"
He's in the bathroom.
Grab the
singing in mirror.
microphone. Hey. No,
Gave me $20.
He paid me $20 to play this fucking song, and I'm not playing it no more.
yeah. But I never got a Creed request, so that's something else.
But if you DJ now,
Nickelback.
at like a young party now, everyone wants it because it's one of those memes that are just out there that people are just like, really just like, "Oh man, this
Creed.
song's a great song."
That's the crazy thing with social media or like TikTok, how it can make a song blow up or come
Yep.
back. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I think it's like a good thing and a bad, because then kind of like everybody gets fixated on that one song and they know that one clip.
Yeah.
But then also it's like, why wouldn't you want like Keisha Cole to come back and just for some
Yeah.
reason super super popular? Again?
Yeah. Or
Because they're
also
only
like,
going to come back for one song.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only problem.
but if like people go back and like do research on that artist or that type of music, then that's cool. But often like people have their focus time or like their attention span is so limited.
It's really just tunnel
it's so
vision out
crazy,
there
yeah.
It's
because of
awful,
the internet.
Yeah.
I even feel it in myself too. Like sometimes I'll be even a TikTok, a minute video can be like, skip. And it's just like, I didn't really actually want to skip that. My mind just wanted to fucking go.
Your thumb was already
next
rolling.
thing,
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, which is like, it's like, okay, I'll go back. But I mean, I found a lot of new artists on like TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
just from like shorts. So it's really cool.
Yeah. They can,
Yeah.
like, I mean, Tommy Richmond, that's how he got
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
I think it just goes into like, if you like to deep dive into music,
Yeah.
even like look at the credits.
Yeah.
People do that.
We just
anymore.
come from a different
did,
generation
yeah.
of music, though.
I mean, I still
Yeah.
do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
people-
right?
yeah.
Like, we're going to keep deep diving when we actually like a song and be like, okay, do I really like this
Yeah.
artist? Do I really
Yeah.
want to? Like, and then it's like, oh, am I just going to listen to this artist one time? Because the kids nowadays, like, even young adults, they're like, one song. I'm
Yeah.
never going to listen to any one of the songs ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just-
one thing I won't
yeah.
understand. Because if I liked one song from you, I'm going to look and see if I like any
Yeah.
more songs.
Yeah,
from you.
exactly.
What sucks now is a lot of artists are trained mentally to just put out singles.
Yeah.
So like when they
I
actually
get
put out
it,
an
too.
album, you're like, this isn't.
And now their
Because-
albums are like 6 songs now.
Because sometimes people don't want to take the time to listen to an album, and I get it. Like if I have
terrible.
artists and I really, really like it, I'll be like, I'm listening to the album, making a night of it, whatever have you. But then if I barely find artists for the first time, I'm like, I'm gonna pick and choose some songs from here
Yeah.
and there too. So I get it. But then also we grew up with like physical copy, and we
Yeah.
liked having the album, listening to it, and then kind of going back to different songs and looking at like the booklet.
Oh yeah,
And-
I live for that.
It's very different now, which kind of bums me out a little bit, but.
Yeah, like now, unless there's a a tag, you don't know who produced a song. You can try to guess.
Yeah.
But I remember when I used to, because albums used to come out on Tuesdays, and I used to go buy those albums like all through high school, even after that, go buy the album or vinyl when I started buying vinyl, and then look through the book, see who they sampled, see
Yeah.
who produced it, who wrote on the song. But now it's like, good luck.
There was
look
a
that shit up every fucking time.
there was
Yeah.
a one.
I have to go look up Google and be like, who produced this
Bro, I
song? And you literally have, it is like,
Five of them,
it's
6
like,
of them. Yeah.
what is going on? Why can't I find this?
There was this weird moment with Pharrell's Girl album.
Yeah.
There was a brand new, and it didn't have Justin Timberlake on the title song. And then, but when I listened, I was like, that guy sounds like Justin Timberlake. And then you go look on the credits, and it was him.
Yeah.
But then now, if you look on Spotify, it says with Justin Timberlake. And I was like,
interesting.
oh, when the song came out, it used to be just kind of like a little cool tidbit because that was like his whole thing at the time. He's like, people don't look at the credits, but then it's like streaming. They're like, especially they're not looking at the credits.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, that's like when Travis Scott's albums now, when they first come out, it doesn't say who's on the songs, like who's featured.
yeah.
Like when Astro World first came out, I remember my son was, let's see, that was 2018, I think.
Yeah.
So my son was just born. And I remember listening to Astro World and being like, oh shit, that was cool. That was Drake, or like, that was whoever. And, but yeah, Pharrell used to do that a lot with the stuff that he did.
And I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the Neptunes. Everything they touched from when I was in, sixth grade with like Nori, Super Thug, all the way up to, when they stopped producing together.
Yeah, we got to go watch the movie. The Lego movie that he's doing.
Yeah.
That one's going to go crazy because he got all the guests to come back and be Lego pieces. They got all the music coming
It's
in.
so crazy. They didn't know they were Legos. When
Yeah, they thought they were showing up to really do a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
He's like,
Like for the Neptunes and everything? And
yeah.
like
It's literally-
Hugo?
so it's his biopic. And this was like before all that stuff started happening.
Ty Dolla $ign was like,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
They
So they
did,
all
like,
pulled up
weeks
to a studio to
before.
do a movie, but it's really just a voice.
I thought him and Hugo had beef.
Yeah, they did. But the movie was already being in production.
So they finally
It might just be
through.
No, it
legal
was like-
beef. I don't know.
Yeah, they were already producing this movie, so it probably happened before like all this stuff really got aired out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Okay.
I love Chad too. He's just so socially awkward when he's like talking in interviews.
Yeah.
I always felt bad. Every time he was on an interview, it was like, man, this guy's just kind of like a band nerd, you know what I mean? Who's amazing with what he does, but
Yeah.
socially
He
awkward.
just doesn't, yeah.
And back then too, like it wasn't media training wasn't like
Oh.
always like as popular. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, they put out when they put out the Clones album, Neptunes present the Clones or Clones. I don't remember exactly what it was titled, something like that. They put out a documentary with it too, and Chad was all over that. But it was just him and the guy recording. So like he was in the studio having fun.
Yeah.
But then when you hear him on radio or you hear him in like regular interviews, you're like, oh man, poor guy.
Yeah.
Which I could imagine is like a totally different. Well, of course, a totally different setting. But when you're in a professional setting and you're like not sure like what you can and cannot say, especially on like radio and different things like that back then, I can imagine it being
Awkward.
awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, you could not put me on a radio now of how we.
I think
Like-
you'll be fine.
No, not the way we talk.
I think it depends on I don't know, radio's
Station.
so different, man. Like even with, it's not even U92 anymore, 92.5 the beat, it's just totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different. They don't have, I was over there the other day visiting Dre, and it made me sad because I DJ'd for them for a short time, did a few on-air things and remotes, but the DJ booth is just a closet now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It
not
like
like a
legit
whole
made
thing
me
now?
sad. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I
Crazy.
mean, it's literally on top of my building.
Oh yeah,
It looks,
Chris.
it looks a little bit
yeah.
different. Yeah, Ruth's Chris. It's literally right there.
It is kind of sad
yeah.
when I guess mediums we love change.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I remember we grew up on radio too, so we knew like all the morning shows that
Yep.
were going on, all like the after school when you have like the one where they're just playing hit music all the time. I was always listening to. This is a deep cut too if you're from Utah. Cozy 106.5. It was like adult easy listening. So like classic rock, like Chicago, Journey, Celine Dion, whatever have you, right? Fucking Michael Bolton, all these guys, right? They would play those shits. And I was like, I fucking love this shit. You can't find that on the radio anymore.
That
Yeah.
does explain a lot of your personality, though.
It really did. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh. I remember my manager, one of my managers, I was like listening to fucking just like, I don't remember, it was an R&B song. He's like, you don't really like hip hop. And I was like, I mean, I do, but it's like, I listen to this stuff more. He's like, oh, easy listening. I was like,
You're the
Taking
first
that
person
one.
I ever I've ever heard say they like Michael Bolton.
you don't like Michael Bolton?
No, I don't mind him. But just like you dropped his name, like
Yeah.
You like
Michael
love Michael
Bolton was in that bitch.
Well, you know the funny thing though, the intro was fucking Lonely Island because I was 13 and he comes out like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit. I was like, oh, he's the one other guy's like, I can't believe it. Yeah. When I heard the closer there. I was like, oh shit, I love that song. So it was like, it was a very dumb reference, but yeah, that's why I love that.
Okay.
But do you see now why you're gonna make us famous?
Yeah. I love Michael Bolton, man. Michael Bolton just heard you like, what? Nobody says that shit.
People don't take me seriously when I say I love things. Like,
We take you serious.
I know you guys do. Like for
I
example,
don't, but yeah.
Okay, I take you serious.
you don't take me serious, but you get me.
Oh my god.
I
There's
take
a
you
difference.
serious.
Yeah, that's true. I can fine, give him whatever. But it's like I love. There was one time I was telling my coworkers how much I love the Muppets Christmas Carol, and I was like, "This is the best fucking Christmas movie ever made." Shit, you not. Dead silence around the room. Nobody fucking agreed with me. I was
course
like,
not.
I was like, okay, fuck you guys, man. Jesus Christ. And it was with a bunch of
He's like
stiffs.
Cartman. Like when you just dislike stuff that he like doesn't like or that he likes.
Screw you
He's like,
guys.
whatever.
Fuck you guys, KFC's amazing.
He's like, whatever. I do what I want.
Damn, man. Really? I thought it was more of a Kyle guy. But
It's even worse.
Kyle's tight.
He's logical
He's logical.
in a sense,
Okay, we'll give you Kyle because you're more logical.
but you get made fun of the most.
I do. I do. But I don't know. It's either, yeah, I was like,
But you're Cartman because you're emotional, and that kid's emotional.
You think emotionally.
but here's the thing.
You don't get mad though, right?
No,
like, you're
I
not
don't.
like
No, you don't
outward.
get-
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
never,
really get mad.
like you guys were having a MySpace conversation on one episode, and like you felt away, but it wasn't like you were like pissed, you know, unless you just play it off well. Yeah.
He said, "I'm not your top 10."
That was fucked.
And
I just ripped that
don't-
scab off.
Don't
Sorry.
say it because you're silly. You're silly. You're silly.
I was just like, I was so confident. I was like, yeah, we just spent so much time together.
Yeah.
That means you just don't know P as well.
Well, I realized how short-sighted I was when I just like
You know?
blankly said
You're
out-
like,
You said it just to be nice, not realizing it wasn't.
no, he really feels that way.
I really feel that way. Like I
He
was
really
like,
feels like you're in his top 8.
my top 10 is like we're going to war together. Like if
Yeah.
if I'm picking a team and we're all gonna play a position, you're gonna be on my team.
Last guy I'm picking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
that's fine.
I mean, fuck, I
Because he
don't
knows
know now.
he's not waking up for war.
I might be dead before you can make the call.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're the tall one with the nice with the nice face. You know, we gotta have you.
I don't. You know, we're going to war. My nice face has nothing to do with
You
war.
can
Dude,
put that in your
have you
Instagram bio. It's all one with the nice face.
Tall one with the nice face.
Ready for war.
Link in bio, baby.
Moose Wayne in quotations.
Quote Moose Wayne.
I'm taking that one. That was tight.
He's gonna go change that right after this.
I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. Well, okay, like Inglourious Bastards, they all got like a dude. You know, Fury, they all
So I'm
got
like one of your
a dude.
lieutenants, huh? I'm one of your
Yeah.
generals. Oh,
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't even know what position I play. I don't know.
Okay,
I
well,
just
you're the
do
fearless
dope-
leader, clearly.
You'd have to be the general.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd have to be the fearless
I
leader.
mean, if
Your-
it's
Oh,
your, if it's
oh,
your
if it's
team,
like
you
Yeah.
have to.
Oh, well,
I'm
I
saying
mean,
you would.
your war.
I think we're more of like a special ops team. Like I'm more of just like a special ops captain.
You're like more like the dudes from Mulan that played the girls, but those guys.
Oh yeah. Fuck you for that one, but yes,
He said, "I'll
I
take
would
it."
be those.
Did you
guys.
not see P in his dress?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It wasn't a dress.
Okay. Jedi.
That was Dragon Ball wear, dude.
I don't know what it was, honestly. But
But no, it's like
I thought I looked
Why
cool.
when he told us he was gonna be in a dress, like that's the first movie I referenced. Like I was like, oh yeah, he looks.
Actually, I didn't tell him this, but Maddie was like, "Hey, you want to see what haunts me in my dreams?" And I'm taking a shit on the toilet, right? And she slips the phone under the door, and it's you.
why? Why do I haunt her? Maddie, what the fuck? I thought you fucked with me, bro.
She loves you, but also you frustrate
called her
the
dog
shit
fat,
out of her.
dude.
You frustrate the shit out
Called
of
her dog fat
Why?
because your choices
What choices?
in life.
in love, life.
What is that? What? Whoa.
Oh, you guys have a lot of talks. I don't
Damn.
even know.
What is
She feels
what?
away.
Why?
Because she knows how great you are, and you
but
don't-
I'm confused on what frustrated with in what way, shape, or form.
I don't want to say it on air.
because of my choices with the past women I've had.
All I can say is that like you just need to make better choices.
But
in
I-
her eyes.
Moose
With,
doesn't
with
like that-
what?
I don't know.
With
Ask
women?
her. Ask her.
Like,
This is me every episode.
like what the?
Ask
fuck?
her.
I don't know.
I feel like I opened the
Should
door
we-
that should have just stayed closed.
No, it was always open.
Should we phone her in? be our first guest to talk on the phone.
Shoot,
Like,
phone
how
her
do you
in.
feel
I'll
about pee?
She's like, oh, I actually would love to see that. We love
We're
to see
gonna
that, Lee.
we're gonna do that one day. Yeah, but you know,
Back into professionalism. But anyways, like we were
That's why
talking
we
about.
have
yeah. Keep you on track.
Yes, sir.
so now that you're back in the space of content creation, like what are your goals for this stuff? You know, for yourself actually.
My ultimate goal in coming back was creating this media company, and then at some point, hopefully having an umbrella where I can help other people put their content out. And obviously not get like, I'm going to be realistic in what I think can happen within the next year. Like no one's going to get rich off of this, but I would love to help people get passive income off of being able to do stuff like this and talk about things that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
So it can be either through podcasting, through writing, whatever it may be, whether it's just audio, video, whatever. But my hope with this within the next year is that the company that I created, I have 2 to 3 other, like I said, either shows, podcasts, or just people that want to write and put stuff out. I can help them with that. For myself, I just want to continue to grow, try to perfect what I'm doing because I feel like I'm so far from it. Like the editing process is always a pain in the ass for me. I feel like I'm getting better, but there's all kinds of things that I feel like I can get better at. So within the next year, it's just growing with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always nice to hear because that's the stuff I have with my daily battles is like trying to figure out how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that or how I'm going to get this content out or how I'm going to. I was literally sitting there. We were driving today. I was like, I wonder if we'll ever get rich from this.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do we ever get to the point, or even just making passive income? So we're like, this is worth still doing.
This is like what we do. Yeah. As
I think the biggest thing is like, this is such a saturated market, no matter what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, true.
And that's kind of why I fell back a little bit from sports because, like, do you want to listen to me or do you want to listen to like Matt
Shannon
Barnes and
Sharp.
Steven Jackson or Shannon Sharp or whomever, right? Who have these huge platforms. Yeah, athletes getting in this field really shit on what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? So I had to like rethink things. But if you think about Salt Lake City, how many people live here? I think there's room for like 3 to 4 shows like this to where you guys can make kind of passive income, but it's highlighting places like restaurants like this. That's why I love the stuff that you guys are doing when you go out beyond this, right? This is like your bread and butter, but that other stuff might bring other eyes to you.
Yeah.
And get people watching because making money on YouTube is really hard.
Yeah.
Like you know, you were talking about all the stuff that you have to hit, all the numbers that you have to hit.
Yeah.
But being able to get a sponsor like, this episode is brought to you by, whatever brewery or whatever it may be, and they just kick you a little bit of money, then all right, perfect. Yeah, I'll do that all day. I would love to do that. So it's just finding ways to do that.
Yeah.
We should look into doing like a sponsor pack for our episodes. Like,
Yeah.
send out who our guests are for the month. Like, if you guys would like to sponsor this episode, we did that with this. We had Sunny Golf Club. They were the first ones to actually sponsor a few of our episodes. And I was like, okay, this is cool. This is like a great feeling.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but where does it go from here?
Yeah.
And I didn't take it to the next step.
Yeah,
And
it's hard. My first,
hard,
when I first, on my 10th episode, I got my first sponsor, and I was like, hell yeah! It was a CBD company. I was with that. They sponsored me for like 4 months, but then after, like, they kind of folded, and it was like, well, they're gone, and then I didn't just put a lot of effort into finding other ones. But it's such a grind. Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever met Dre. I think you should have him on here because he'd have a really good conversation.
Rocca?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do a wrestling podcast too. I should probably plug that. It's called the Figure 4 Podcast. We love wrestling. So we talk about that every week. But he's been at this for so long to where he's made really good connections and will get little sponsors from time to time. But, he has, goddamn, he's been doing it since like 2015. So there's still other levels you can go to try to just find ways to make money off this.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people like you guys had Santos on, right? My little mijo Santos. Him and Young Mary, they do some cool stuff now. Like they have their podcast, right? But then they also go out and make content for restaurants and do things like that. So that's another way to do it too. So it's just fun because I'm really passionate and I love doing this. But at the end of the day, if I'm doing this for 3-4 years, and it's just kind of like, I think at that point, I'd rather, be the Coach K of like 6th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get my son ready to be drafted early so I can retire. But
Best thing in the future.
Retirement dreams. That's all we got in mind now.
God, bro.
He gets that age. He's like, I want to do a podcast, Dad.
I'm like, no, you don't. Yeah. No, he keeps telling me, Dad, I want to start a YouTube. I'm like, no, man.
Oh, number
It's
one
so
thing
funny.
kids want to do.
Yeah, my nephews that came over, they saw my
niece
computer
does.
set up, and they're like, Uncle, you should do a podcast. I'm like, little did you guys know,
Yeah.
I do a podcast.
Yeah.
And they were like, what?
Yeah.
And I showed them, and like at the beginning of the episode, like, that's Uncle, and they're like cheering each other on. And, like,
That's crazy.
and they're like,
dope.
I was like, I'm gonna make you guys like Ryan kids. I need to make. If your parents aren't gonna do it, I need to do it.
That was my first intro into kids on YouTube. My son would watch Ryan, and I was like, "This kid they make how much money?" now?"
Dude, I was watching a clip today, and they're like, he's gonna on pace to be a billionaire in his
wild.
teenage years. They said by 17 he'll be a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, if my son could be,
Wow.
million, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm cool with six figures before they were even 18.
500K?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You can give me 10,000 for an episode.
Yeah,
whatever.
Bro.
My son, the first time because he has his iPad, we'll let him watch it every now and then, but it's connected to my wife's YouTube account. And so he's sitting there, and then I hear one of my episodes come on, and I'm like, hey, turn that off. You can't watch that. And he's like,
Yeah.
Dad. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's cool. Your dad's famous, but you know what? He's 6. He doesn't know any better.
He said, Dad. That's funny.
He knows what really matters.
That's honestly funny because we have her niece and nephew live in Ohio. And then, so their mom's YouTube is on the TV. So
Yeah.
they go watch YouTube, and they're like, that's Uncle Tay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of like a surreal feeling that they even recognize me first of all, because they don't even talk to me here.
Yeah.
They don't even look at me.
Right.
Yeah,
When I'm
yeah.
here, they don't want to see me. But then they like, in Ohio, they're like, that's Uncle Tay. I'm like,
Yeah.
You guys don't even like me.
yeah, you got faking the funk. Dude. How do you guys don't even let me hold you?
I just want to hold you.
Yeah, I just want to say what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about like that's another thing that I've started to think about recently, like with the stuff that I've been putting out is like my son's at some point will see this, so I want to make sure it's not like too crazy, like I talk the way I talk here
Yeah.
at home, but like there's some stuff that people put out and it's like, you guys are cool, like just having this float out there. You know what I mean? Like saying wild stuff. And I won't like mention any names. We talked about some folks before the show, but it's like, man, like you're just like promoting this thing, this whatever it may be, this topic that's really hateful or really bad or whatever, just to get people to watch you. And I'm like, I don't care if I have like 8 people watch, I'll never do that shit.
Yeah,
It's fair.
Yeah, especially when you have a kid. Like you guys don't have
Yeah.
none of you have kids yet, right?
No.
When you do, man, everything like they say everything changes, but really everything changes. My dad used to always say that, and I'd be like, yeah, I know. Like I'm not going to be staying up late. I'm not going to go out and party. Yeah, but no, like everything you think about changes. Like your way of thinking, from like picking food out to like what you say. It's just
That's so crazy.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
yeah. Amy had this conversation with me because she goes to visit one of our nephews, like once a week, and she'll be saying stuff, and now he's starting to repeat what
Yeah.
she's saying, and she's like, damn, I have to start watching what I'm saying.
Yeah. They're sponges.
Yeah.
It's such a it's like the most beautiful, terrifying thing to be a parent.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
like this little thing, this little human is like you're gonna mold this person and you try to give them everything to be successful in the world. But at the same time, you don't want to put everything on them early, but you also want them to be ready for things that may happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you walk that line? It's wild.
It's delicate.
Yeah,
And then
hell
the
yeah.
thing that I worry about too, I guess, is like when, because I've seen it sometimes before with just like kids having to grow up so fast, especially now that the world is so easy
Yes.
to get into. And then also just making this reminder is like, just slow down. You could be like a kid a little bit. Because I think I'm just talking about my younger self too.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the type that always wanted to, but it does go by really fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you kind of look back at it all. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
so fast.
Yeah.
I'm just-
You're
we're-
gonna see it front and center now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. When you're around kids, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when my nephew didn't want to play with me anymore. Like
Yeah.
we're at a party and he would always come to me, and then he was 6 years old and he wanted to play with the other kids, and I was like,
Teleporting, dude. They're just teleporting through life. Like,
Yeah.
when you miss that little span of like 4 months,
oh yeah,
that's like, well, you're an adult now.
yeah.
He's like, you're cussing at me.
Yeah.
They don't know I'm the uncle that's like, I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I won't. I'll just throw them really high.
I'll say I will.
Hold on.
Yeah, I say I will.
Yeah.
But I'll throw them up really
I
high
won't,
until
but-
they're scared.
Yeah.
Or check them in the bathroom, do Bloody Mary.
You would.
You
do
guys
that
don't
shit,
even
bro.
know what this is.
Say it now. Say it.
It's like I don't know this TikTok trend.
Say it now before I tell your mom. It's terrible.
Yeah, man. Time goes fast. It's weird.
yeah.
It's a weird thing. I don't know. Whenever I start thinking about my son and how quickly he's grown, I'm like, damn, what should I? That's why I started that company, because I'm like, at least I can start writing stuff off, and if something happens, I can hire him. You know, he's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can get him some. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Some passive income somehow, like
Yeah, it's
get
weird.
him. Yeah.
Or at least some skills.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. You know, because as much as I like to joke that he's going to be a first round draft pick, like that's not probably going to happen.
Ultimately, that's the goal.
Realistically, that's all.
Realistically.
Yeah. I mean, so you know, I played ball. I was okay, but my wife was a McDonald's All American, so she could
really?
really hoop. Yeah. So I was like, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Here? She's from Utah?
Yeah, she went to Murray High.
Really?
Yeah,
McDonald's
she's a couple
All-American?
years younger than me. So she's. I'm not going to give her age out, but she's a couple years younger than me.
Don't say your age then.
Yeah. I am 52. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so I mean, he you know, he's got the genes. We're just going to say that much, but we'll see what
All
happens.
right. All right.
As long as
That's
YouTube doesn't
tough.
ruin it for him. You need to go play something like Derrick Rose highlights for him. And before he goes to bed.
He's like, fall asleep to this.
Well,
Yeah.
how tall is your wife?
5'8". My
Okay.
my son's
That's
very
good
my
size,
son's
yeah.
very tall. He's always been in the 99 or 100 percentile.
Okay.
Like when when we're at school and like it's, you know, I'll like I still hold his hand walking to class,
Yeah.
but he's just so much bigger than everyone in his class, so he looks like a fourth grader. And so
first
like
grade?
even when
Whoa,
he even
we
when he
love
was
that.
yeah even when he
Those
was
kids.
younger and he would like throw a fit, right, like a 3-year-old, he looked like he was much older. So people would be like, "Get your," I'm like, "He's
Handle your
3."
kid.
Yeah.
He's 3, and he'll punch you in your throat.
He can reach.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah, yep. Life is crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's ultimate goal, man.
Yeah.
Have freaking warriors. Legends.
Fucking
Fucking warriors, legends.
I don't know
Just
about
ready
you.
to-
I want artsy fartsy kids. man.
That works too.
It's like, Dad, have you watched The Shining? I'm like, boy,
Let me show
down.
you this
Sit
documentary.
down.
we got some things to watch.
You have to
together.
show him the clip where P's at the Stanley Hotel when we go there,
Yeah.
whenever we do.
It's like
Whatever.
Uncle P was possessed. That's why we don't see him anymore.
They call him crazy, but we just know he's possessed.
We didn't want to get sued.
It's crazy.
You guys really going there though?
We really want to.
So we had this one challenge where like it was like likes.
It was last Halloween, actually.
It was
Like,
a while
yeah,
ago.
so we
We
were
failed
supposed to
you
go.
guys.
Well, okay, I reached out to them and said, "Hey, can we record here?" I'm not gonna go to a place and not be able
Yeah.
to
Right,
record, right?
right.
That was the whole point of doing it. And they were like, "Sorry, no recording unless without a permit." And I looked in the permit, it was like $2,000.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
why would I want to pay $2,000 for something I've seen on the internet multiple
Yeah.
times? I don't even know if it's gonna get it as viral or anything unless I
Yeah.
do something crazy like get a Ouija board and like
I'm not doing that. either.
see and he won't do it.
Yeah.
wants the Ouija board.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
do
not
like
doing-
Bloody Mary in the bathroom.
Hey,
Like
not
these guys
doing that
do,
either.
you
He really
know?
loves that too.
Or do
Not
like
doing
the
that either.
Midnight Man, you know?
Yeah.
I was like,
Can't we just hang out?
no. Or play like the tissue commercial at midnight over there.
I'm okay with that one. I'll try that one.
Okay, see?
That at 1 out of 5.
But we need him to be on board because this is the one we're not scared.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm superstitious.
you're
I'm not scared, but my wife literally told me don't bring anything back. I'm
But he would
good.
start having like philosophical conversations.
yeah.
So
like-
let me ask you this: if you kill me, what happened?
What happens
it's,
to us, to
He's like,
everything?
I don't know. I woke up here. He's like,
Like,
but
do
how
I-
did that make
No,
you feel?
Yeah.
it's like how do
Demon's
you
like, well,
how do you go to sleep alive but wake up dead? That's what's gonna happen, and he's gonna be like,
That's a skip for Halloween for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
have someone dress up as a demon. You're just doing a therapy session.
it's like, so are you still mad at him? It's like,
yeah. Are you mad at the person that killed you? Like we don't even ask him who killed him to solve the problem. We don't even solve the murder case. It's
he
like
starts like floating. It's like, oh, you did it.
Bye, guys.
he freed him. Moose is like, yeah.
At the end of Dragon Ball when Goku's flying in the sky. I'm like,
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
yeah.
That's why this would be so funny because we're just 3 different type of people.
Yeah,
and so if
very
we
much.
ever went and did this, it'd be like, I'm really just trying to figure out how I can mess with you guys. the
At
whole
minimum,
time.
just go ghost hunting and record it.
we're gonna do that
Yeah.
here in Utah. They do that ghost tour.
Yeah. I've done that.
And so And it's funny. So like there are people who were out in downtown. I guess they were doing ghost tour outside as well. Like then the people were taking them around to the buildings downtown.
Yeah.
And Brenda just random just walked by and she just like kind of joined them for a little.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They take you to Ted Bundy. Well, it's not standing anymore, but he had like a little, I don't know, like a not a cottage,
Yeah.
but some, you
Where
know,
is that
in the
again?
cellar. It's in some canyon. I don't.
It's like on the way to Hogle Zoo kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That place is creepy.
And there's a lot of stuff that happened here in Utah where you
lot.
can.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, there's like well, aside from like the famous serial killers, there's also like a lot of the native like tales around in Utah. We have a lot of that. So we have a lot.
Because
Of
he's like a
history.
big, we can't say their name, Skinwalker guy.
dude. My brother scared the shit out of me.
We had one episode. He's like, can't tell you guys. I'm like,
That also
wait, what
was a
are
year
you
ago.
talking about?
So this is when we were new to the podcast, and I was all like, I can't say it.
Yeah.
We're in their land, you know, and like you know all that stuff. But then. But
trying
then
to be
after a while, I
respectful.
just kind of got. Well, I do really care about being respectful too, because
Yeah.
my sister, she had dated like I forgot what tribe she was in, but she like you can't even say the name around her.
Yeah.
And if you have an experience, you can't talk about it. Like it's
Yeah.
very, very, very serious. So I was like, okay, yeah, for sure, I won't talk about it at all. And then even my sister had an experience. She kind of gave me the spiel, but she was just like, yeah, you can't talk about it around the family, or they're just like. It's just not good. Everybody gets super serious. So I was like, oh, okay. So when I said around these guys, like, you're stupid. I was like, but guys, you can't talk about it.
I really can't talk about
I
it,
really
guys.
can't talk about it, guys.
That would be a great episode to have like, you know, a Native American come on
Yeah.
and like talk about this stuff because
Yeah.
there are some of them that are really superstitious that don't want to ever talk about it ever.
100%.
But there are some that are so open to the experiences they have, you know, on the land.
Yeah. And it's hard because their family's still on the reservation. They're still like it's a regular thing, and it's
Yeah.
also it just reminds me of like my grandma's like stories when they're in Laos, because my grandma's really rural area, like it was just like dirt roads still, and then they would just see a lot of shit, and then at nighttime they're like, yeah, but you can't say anything until the morning. You can't step outside at all. Like even when my grandma started to get older, she started to get scared when we would go out at night because it reminded her of like back in the homeland, like going. I was like, Grandma, we're going to McDonald's. Like we're fine.
It's just transients.
Yeah.
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 That might rob us. But other than that, we'll be all right.
That's my biggest fear in life is just humans.
Yeah.
I'm more
Not
scared
gonna
of
lie.
I'm more scared of humans than I am anything paranormal or fake or whatever it is in this world. Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's why we want to
Like-
go look for him.
If I ran into Bigfoot, we're homies. That's it. I'm serious. I'm making that happen.
You're like, hey.
You ever had us?
Daps you up.
What is Jack Links?
Oh my God.
It's like I've seen the commercials. I know your people.
He's like, tight, dude. Everybody's been giving me these.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy.
It's like I don't have to buy them at the store anymore.
He just talks normal too. This is great.
Yeah, it's like we're out here, low taxes. You know, it's crazy out here.
That's
It's crazy.
I really just that's our conversations. Like you're gonna have the most spiritual conversation with a ghost. Like, well, how's the afterlife? And then I see Bigfoot's like, bro, what's up, man?
Jack
I've seen you
Links.
everywhere.
Jack,
Keep using my fanny pack just in case I run into you.
And like if we see a skinwalker's like, bro, you really change? Can you show me?
He's like, yeah, I just really have a skin thing.
He's like, you need to take this. You need to take this drink first before we get to that point. He's like, ayahuasca. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm changing now.
He said, now I'm changing.
He's like, he's just standing in front of you like this.
like, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro.
He's like, I get it now.
Shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But this is where we open up the floor. This is an hour and 50 minutes. So we were working.
We keep going on
Yeah.
these now.
But we just want to open the floor. If you have any questions for us or anything that you want to, there are topics that you
Shout-outs,
have or
yeah.
shout outs, this is the perfect time to do it.
I think questions for you guys, like you asked me, but like what's next for you? What do you want to do within the next year?
Okay, I talk about this too. Next year, it's going to be like really my final year of really doing the podcast stuff. I really want to, like, if it starts making money,
Yeah.
and it has like residual income, passive income that we can do this, fine. I love sitting down with people. I love sitting down and meeting new and sharing everyone's stories and all this stuff. Like, I don't get that by me, but if it's not going to make us money in the next year or so, I have to start looking for other ways to build my reservoir, like my content in different ways, right? So that's why I am going towards the vlogging side of things or going to restaurants and I'm not a foodie fan, but you know, I want to do stuff like that.
Steak and what was it?
Tastes like steak and asparagus.
Asparagus right there. Mhm.
And also, you can't send me to a restaurant that has shellfish because I'm not going to be able to critique it. That was the biggest issue.
Unless you want to see somebody on camera.
And that's okay. And that's
We'll have the epi.
no. The end of my life when I know
Yeah.
it's really the time. I'm gonna do a YouTube video where it's called Deadliest Catch, and I'm gonna eat shellfish until I die.
Jesus.
And then people are just gonna be in a restaurant freaking out, but it's gonna be live on camera.
But it's gonna
so
be
everyone
just
saw it.
millions of views.
You got to make sure to write a will.
A will for sure. If you're gonna do that, you have to write a will.
This guy died for it.
Put that
Goes
YouTube
on
channel
to-
under her name. Yeah. Make sure that
We get like 5%. You know.
Well, you're over here, Book of Revelations. You're gonna be gone before I am. At this point,
I think about 7 years, man.
That's his revelation.
it's in your calendar already. Like you're like,
shit.
the world was supposed to end 2012, 2020.
I'm playing it by ear. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the problem. That's the problem.
It keeps changing.
Yeah.
is
And
the thing.
I'm very optimistic to a fault. To a point where I'm
That
like,
the world's gonna end.
do about anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything,
I'm like,
but the world ending that he's like, yeah.
I think they're really gonna nail the next Batman movie, like that kind of thing. But then also it's like I really think Jesus is coming back, guys. So that's also another thing.
Like the Joker. Did you watch it yet?
I haven't, but I've heard.
Because
the
I need
reviews.
your critique about it. I'm not gonna go watch it because I don't even like musicals.
I think I had an idea.
It's a musical?
yeah, that's why they ruined it because
But here's the thing,
Because it's Lady Gaga's ass in that bit?
Well, dude, one thing I like musicals, and I thought they were just gonna have a lot of musical elements and have like kind of like big band jazz. Frank
So Joaquin
Sinatra
is singing
kinda thing.
too?
Probably.
Oh
But I
my
heard
God.
it was bad. I heard that. It was
I'm hearing
just
it's bad too, yeah.
So
40% on Rotten
made
Tomatoes.
me. It kind of bummed me out, but I'm gonna watch it for myself.
On Tuesday,
got to.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Tuesday. $5.
Well,
you get out of
Tuesday
here.
we got the thing tomorrow,
Yeah,
and then
podcast.
Wednesday I'm gonna see Beetlejuice on
Oh.
Wednesday, and then see we'll see.
Okay, you let us know how that is.
Okay. I can let you.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. But
what
no.
was the question though?
So ultimately, the goal is to really take this off.
Yeah.
And this next year, sit down with whoever we can, whoever wants to be on the podcast. We'll try and get you on. Like I said, it's really full for the whole month. And by the time next month comes around, we're already going to be full by next
we're gonna be
week.
full.
You know, so we're all really trying to figure out. And in the month of December, we're going to try and do a holiday break.
Yeah, you
Give
should.
everyone here a break that we don't have to be on the podcast, but still have episodes rolling in. So kind of build it up. But next year, whoever's out there that wants to work with us, work with us. You guys need help making clothing, or maybe not the right people, but the right people have sat on this podcast that we can direct you to.
Yeah.
We kind of want people to understand that the Off the Menu podcast is just a gateway to the right people that you need to meet in this city, because this city is beautiful.
It's awesome.
And we have opportunities here, but people are just too scared to ask for that help. And no one's really out there really like we're not gatekeeping anything. No one's out there really
Not
gatekeeping.
really, no.
It's like people are out there. If you want to have this conversation, they're going to have that conversation with you.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just saying that because we haven't really had anyone on this podcast tell us no.
Yeah.
I've only had one person ever really back out that was like, no, I don't really like what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, he never said that, but I know why he doesn't like us. Just beef between people that we've had on. And that happens too.
Yeah,
like
sure,
we'll
that's
have
fine.
people on and they'll be like, I don't want to do you guys podcast because that person's been on. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And if you're out there that want to be on this podcast, but you're
If you got a
because
problem
someone
with
else-
me, number one, fuck you. Number two, call them.
well, fuck you.
I'm a nice human being. Okay? If you got a problem with me, we got
That's what I'm saying though. And, like, I don't usually have problems with people, and so like when I'm hearing this stuff, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like you won't even have a conversation with us about you because someone else had the conversation about themselves. They didn't even bring you up at all.
Yeah.
It's natural selection though.
Yeah. But yeah, next year, and I really do want to work on this media stuff, doing all the clothing, because that's what the primary source of income is right now, is doing pop-ups and doing our clothing and stuff. And that's the reason that this is keeping this floating. But because now a lot of us are not really in love with clothing right now, this has been the biggest thing. It's like focusing on how I'm going to edit, focus how I'm going to clip things and or meet this next person, or when am I going to sit next to Ryan, you know, and talk about this next future for sports, you know?
Ryan Smith.
Yeah, how do I get next
need
to
to
him?
talk to him, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's where my mind kind of is. Where are the opportunities at and who's gonna get me there?
they did pass that
How
bill.
can I get myself there?
Yeah. Yeah, you never know who can open a door for you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, just I love what you guys do. Keep doing keep doing it. Like I said, it was around, had to be Alonzo's Punk Ash that I started watching. But I've loved the versatility of the guests, that you've had. So
It's been fun. Every episode's a surprise.
yeah.
Like we are just like we have kind of gone into it with like no expectations now.
Yeah.
And it's been really good for us because we used to be very like we gotta have things ready, we have questions ready, we gotta be like super prepared. But now it's like, oh, we just know the person. Like, and then we kind of go into it just like knowing kind of what you do. But I've been so surprised on like some of the like stories people have told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, before like it was like really forced.
Prepped. Yeah.
We did 25 questions between us, and then we would have to come in here and like ask those questions,
Yeah.
and then
And we stopped doing that like honestly like 20 episodes.
It was about 20. Yeah.
it was like okay, us three when we started doing our format, it was like okay, we just started bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
And that's really where it started feeding in because Boo Boo. He's the serious one. He'll
he needs,
sit
like,
here,
the
have the
concise-
questions, and ready for you. And I'm like, okay,
He's a very sequent guy.
Yeah.
Because even his like intro is like, gotta
Yeah.
wait for the beat. And then
he's prepared every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say we're not prepared, but
No,
like
yeah.
we just don't like to over prepare.
You guys just have a really good, you have a really good chemistry.
Yeah.
Like
You can tell your
115
friends.
episodes in, like I think now I can really sit down with these guys for sure and be like, let's go ahead and get this episode.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, for
don't
sure.
even have questions prepared anymore. Mentally I do, but
Mentally we do. Like,
but I never
we
even ask them
have-
anymore.
We all have like personal preference on what to ask, but it's never like, oh, I'm gonna ask him this. Yeah.
I
so,
always
yeah.
his one question I want him to always ask is his conspiracy question. Like, what is your favorite?
I know,
and
you
he hasn't
really
even been
like
asking that.
I feel really self-conscious
Yeah.
because the guests usually sometimes they don't think about it at all.
yeah, we've had
And
some guests that just shut
where
out the whole
they're
question.
like, "No, I don't really think about it. I'm like, oh,
He's like, that hurts.
well, I guess we never know then. But yeah, it was
then you
it's
go
just
home
like,
and make
I
a
just
conspiracy
want-
about them.
I try to read the person. Like with you, I would ask you anything under the sun.
Yeah.
But then there's some people where
Honestly,
like they haven't thought if the earth is hollow, really. Sure. Like what does that mean?
Yeah.
Or if the world was ever going to end.
Or if the world is ever gonna end, or if it's
If
like
that's a book of
it's like
Revelations.
how deep do you think the ocean is? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why? Like I'm like,
Why does that matter to you?
Well,
I mean, we can,
it's kind of who I am.
nobody
but-
talks about it. So this is
wonder
like
these
this kind of
things.
these things. So
These
I
are
was
your
like,
mirror questions.
so I like when you kind of throw it in because randomly we'll get like somebody that's like into something, but
Yeah.
it's just a little scary.
Yeah.
it's a little scary.
It's a little scary. What do you mean?
Does he have any conspiracies that he would like?
Oh yeah, okay.
We had talked
Well, you
about
already
ghosts. We
answered
talk
that.
about movies. We
Yeah.
talk about
I think my favorite conspiracy theory. I do love the moon landing not happening. It just kind of feels like we really did that then.
It just seems like something.
it never went back.
And like the video, like the
never
video's
went
kind of the video, like we had the technology then for that video to be. I mean, it wasn't clear by any means, but by that time standard, it was pretty clear.
Yeah.
And they're just. My wife gets so mad. I'm like, we didn't land on the moon. I'm not one of those dudes that just talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Just put that out there, so don't be getting on my shit.
Like, but guys, for real though.
Yeah, but
Nobody.
that's definitely
With the flag blowing in the wind on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. The one thing that gets me though is like the biggest like motivator for the story is like if they wanted a country to focus on the wrong thing, they just pretend they did it. And then they're like, oh, we got to do it too. And then they're all doing this stuff and you're off doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
So it's a
thought.
distraction.
Distraction.
Everything in this world is a distraction.
Well, yeah.
The government was.
This podcast is a distraction.
yeah
Yeah.
of what's really going on out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I
shit
like
when
to
I'm
call
leaving this home.
I like to call it escapism. You know,
You guys aren't wrestling fans, are you? Any of you?
we're like before
Like old school. Old
20,
school.
20 or 2008.
I see it a lot because my brother-in-law,
Okay.
big wrestling fan. One of my friends that comes over to the house,
Yeah.
big wrestling fan. So they talk about every time something happens, like The Rock coming back and like
Yeah.
little bits of here and there. I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. And I'll watch the highlights and stuff. That's how far I am into it. I'll watch highlights every week.
I only bring it up because it was the 96. There was an incident called the Montreal screw job. Are you guys familiar with that? Do you
No.
remember?
I was 4 years old.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I wasn't even born. 1996? Yeah, I wasn't even born.
Bro, what?
I was probably still diapered.
Yeah.
One.
All right, so
Okay, one.
so a quick overview of the Montreal screw job. Bret Hart, you guys know who Bret
Yes,
Hart is?
I know Bret Hart.
He was leaving WWF for WCW. He had the WWF championship at the time. He was wrestling Shawn Michaels in Montreal. And the story was that Brett was going to lose the belt the next night on Monday Night Raw, but he wasn't going to lose it in Montreal. Well, what happened, and there's the Vince McMahon doc on Netflix, if you guys ever watch that.
Yeah.
Go over. Vince got up, said, ring the bell, it's over, when like nothing was really going on. So he screwed Brett out of that title, taking it from him because he didn't want him to take that title to WCW. And it's been this big thing in wrestling lore, like forever. Like, oh my God, he screwed Brett over. You know, Brett was going to give it to Shawn the next night, blah, blah, blah. He just didn't want to lose it in his home of Montreal. My biggest conspiracy theory is that was all what they call in wrestling a work. Like, they meant for that whole thing to happen. Everyone was involved in it. And they're so deep into wrestling, like how it used to be, or like the Undertaker was the Undertaker, right?
Yeah.
They never broke character. That none of this shit will ever come out until all these guys are dead.
Yeah.
That's one that we talked about conspiracy theories. That's my biggest. Yeah. But you guys were fucking,
That's a deep cut.
yeah.
No, that is a
You weren't even. That's wild. That's wild.
He's a 96. He's like, oh, I don't remember 96.
I wasn't even there.
Yep.
So so Tupac was dead before you were born?
97.
My God.
He was dead 98, no?
97.
97.
Was it 97? Okay.
Yeah, but you
That
were
was
in
98.
November. That was before.
it was-
September?
Yeah.
Yep, right before me.
Oh, when I was 2 years old.
Gangsta's
years old?
Paradise was playing while he was getting carried. And I wasn't even
That wasn't even his song.
Yeah.
No.
What? Gangsta's
Coolio. That's cool.
Oh, am I tripping? Oh my God.
I'm clicking this part.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Gangster Paradise.
I swear to God that was too. Am I
You
drunk?
think Gangster Party was Snoop?
No.
You know,
I was
he's-
thinking-
You thought Gangster's Paradise was Tupac?
Yeah, I did ask.
Man, I hate you, young motherfucker.
I didn't say anything. I didn't
that's
do
me.
nothing.
No, I'm sorry. You know what I mean.
Wait.
Wait, that's hilarious. Though.
That's actually
Because-
clip that. Yeah.
I'm clipping that.
Clip me. Clip
Wait,
me.
it's like-
I thought Gangster Paradise was Tupac. No, Kizzy.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that one got me good. I was like,
Oh, I'm so.
I really had to sit there.
Is
and
there
like,
no fucking
I'm like,
song?
Thug Mansion?
Ah, I think of Thug's Mansion.
Thug
Sorry.
Mansion.
Okay,
I
that's
think
like closer.
Sorry, I
like
think
it
of
didn't
Thug's
click.
Mansion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I had to really sit here like in
It
that
wasn't
5
Gangsta's
seconds
Paradise.
after
No,
you
it
said,
was
I'm
Thug-
like,
it's Thug's
that was
Mansion.
not Gangster Paradise
Yeah, it's
by
Thug's Mansion.
Tupac.
It's Thug's
Unless
Mansion.
you're on a conspiracy
No,
that
I
where
didn't think
that's
Gangsta-
Tupac's song.
Hold on.
Did Tupac? Is Coolio
Mandela
Tupac?
effect,
Is that what
guys,
you're
the
saying?
Mandela-
No. I'm thinking Gangsta's Paradise was Thug's Mansion.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
I
a
thought
long-
Coolio
Can you
Anthem.
sing what song you were trying to think about, and then I could really know what you were
No.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, don't do it.
He's like, nope.
No. I know
like
what Gangsta's
Anthony
Paradise is.
Hamilton, like-
And I know that's not Tupac. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rat.
that got me good. I was like, he doesn't know his shit. He really-
Yeah.
that was
Thug's
really,
Mansion,
that's the
bro.
first time he really got like really stumped like that.
No, I
like,
was
damn.
stuck for a second. Yeah.
I don't know. I went complete. I blacked out.
He didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on.
He was thinking about the Montreal screw job. Like, did he screw him over? Or
I
what?
don't know. Somebody said something and that just threw me down a rabbit hole. I don't know what happened.
Honestly, and this is honestly why sometimes we don't bring up conspiracies.
Moose
because
was so lost actually that whole time. It was crazy.
We were talking about different conspiracies. My mom was thinking about things, and then stuff happened.
Well, damn.
All right.
that's his conspiracy.
Yeah, I thought
Tupac-
Coolio was
Tupac was on
They
Gangsta's
made it
Paradise.
was double. Yeah,
I'm all about Hollywood
Identity.
conspiracy theories, bro.
double identity. He's still alive to this day, and he's just
He was waiting for all this shit to go down with Diddy,
Yeah.
so he can come back out and be
back.
like, it was all real.
How old would bro be? Like 50?
Like, yeah, 48. I think somebody did like the number or something. I don't remember.
Let's
Could be
see.
like
So
50.
97.
No.
He was like 20 something years old.
Oh,
Yeah, he
damn.
has to be.
He'd be like 50.
Oh,
60.
wow.
Yeah, he'd still be rapping or acting. at
Yeah,
least.
acting.
I don't know. There's like videos that came out, and then it was like, this guy is Tupac.
Yeah,
And then-
he's from Jurassic 5. The group
Oh.
Jurassic 5.
I only know them from like old breakbeat mixes that I used
Yeah.
to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of the dudes
that's
from that
forever.
group. But he does look similar, but Jurassic 5 is
okay,
real.
okay. So you know
53.
53? Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
damn.
See, that's what I need.
1 year older
I
than
need,
you.
I need somebody. Yeah, exactly.
1 year older.
Shit. I need a producer to check facts.
That's just, honestly, we have her do it,
That's
and then
what-
she's
yeah.
like, doesn't even know what we're looking for. And she
Sometimes
just-
we're doing some deep. She's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
like, not this again.
Yeah.
And like the next studio, we're gonna have a TV up, so
She just has bookmarks of the crazy shit. He says, "No, we've talked about this."
yeah.
It's like, look at what Jet Li says in Fearless on the third scene. Look it up.
8 minutes, 24 seconds in. What's that line?
She's like, you bastards.
Yeah.
She does that for us. But we'd like to thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Yeah.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah, thank you.
for coming in here, sharing your story, and bantering with us. Because
yeah,
this is what the whole podcast
Thank you so
is
much.
about.
Yeah, we went for a fat minute. Too.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. I only have one more thing to say outside of like, follow me and blah, 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 all that shit. But I haven't told besides people that know me closely, but I actually wrote a short story right the week before Halloween. It'll be published and then people can buy it. So I'll just follow the Will Wonder Show on Instagram. It's a horror short story. I don't want it to make it seem like I'm just, talking about going fishing or whatever. But,
It's a fishing horror story.
yeah. But
Honestly, those are great.
But that'll be out the week before Halloween, so I'm just waiting on the artwork to be done, and so I'm really excited about that. Again, I created this media company for more than just podcasting or whatever. So
Yeah. You haven't even told everyone what your media company is.
March 15th Media is the name of my media company.
15 media.
Yeah, make sure you guys check it out because I know you do a lot of work with a lot of talent here in Utah, and really you're just doing stuff for the people.
Yeah.
And you want to give people the opportunity because that's what I've kind of
Yeah.
taken away from your podcast and like stuff that you were doing when you first started. Because like I said, early on in the podcast space, when I was like really trying to figure out how we're going to do this, it was kind of like I was taking pieces from you.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
awesome.
kind of like grandfathered us in to like prepare us for what we were.
Wow.
These guys didn't know, but that was kind of bits and pieces that I was taking from.
I'm kind of your father.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you were born in 96. Shit, what's your mom? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm totally joking about
He's
that.
like, I'm going to go home and show him Peter answers.
Yeah. Well, I've taught you
my
so
God.
much today.
Man.
The estranged father. It's
No.
like, we just met him today.
No, that's awesome though. Thank you. That's really cool. I had no idea. And
Yeah.
like you said, I'm just trying to amplify people's voices really at this point because I'm not making any money off of it.
Yeah. That's kind of what we're at.
We're
right
in
Yeah,
the
now. So
exactly.
spot, yeah.
wherever the next person puts us in the position to to get further, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
getting to know everyone here is a bonus, right? So it's an opportunity for us that we get to sit here with amazing people and represent this city as full as we get to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if people want to reach out to you, get in contact, what are your ads? I'm going to put everything in the description below, but if you want to
Yeah.
get that all shout outs right now.
Yeah, the Will Wonder Show on Instagram. You can reach out to March 15th Media on Instagram as well. That's a lot newer, so it's just building that up. If you're on X, I do a lot of banter on there. It's election
where I need
season
to
and
be.
such. So
That's where I need to be because someone said if you really want to get popped, it's not like TikTok anymore. You want to go fight with people on X.
it's crazy because there's just so many bots. It's the
Yeah.
hard part. But
It's
at
wild.
DJ Will Wonder on there, I created a TikTok and I had to stop, man. I was like, I'm on this. I'm just on this. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I deleted it. I'll be back there at some point, But
Good to take a break.
yeah, the Will Wonder Show on Instagram would be the easiest way to reach out.
Yeah, and so we're to close it off. We have the question here. It's Chef Special. If you had any free advice or something that you've taken in life that you can provide to the viewers, what would that piece of advice be?
I think the biggest thing is if you're gonna do something, just be passionate about it and actually put your best foot forward. Like in all of this stuff, like I had no idea that you would listen way back then, and then I mean, I'm not saying I'm the father to this podcast, but that's really cool. You know what I mean? You never know who's listening. It could be a sponsor. It could be your next guest that could really make you pop. You just have no idea. So just always put your best foot forward in what you're doing. Like don't half-ass anything.
Yeah.
Because there's so much content out there. If you half-ass it, people are going to know. So
Yeah.
just always put your best foot forward, I would say.
Tupac, if you're out there and you
that
need
too.
to do a podcast,
Sheesh.
I would like to do your reveal
Gangster's Paradise.
do the live version of Gangster's Paradise.
here. That'd be so fire. We just get a back, like his head, and he's doing Gangster's Paradise. Like, is that Coolio? Yeah. And he turns around. He's like, I'm back. It's his Batman. We dress him as Batman.
Freaking Tupac.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Whatever floats your boat, baby.
Okay, could you wear a Speedo and a cape?
And no,
All right.
it's
yeah,
winter.
Not even.
It's 87 degrees outside.
Fall,
It's
winter.
hot in here right now.
I'm sweating. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, we left that door closed. We
You
usually don't do
bastards!
that.
You guys know exactly what I meant.
All right,
Whatever.
dude, whatever. That's episode
You
115
guys are
off
a
the
bunch
menu
of
podcast with Will
gaslighters.
Wonder. If you're check everything in the description below. But that's it. Peace out, y'all.
Play accent, play beautiful, play proper, stupid.